We are actually live. I'm going to hold tight for a second. I'm gonna give people a little bit of time to try to come in here, and unfortunately, uh, I'm gonna go ahead and remove these glasses because I don't know why glare from the light. It's unfortunately I can't wear my glasses. How y'all doing? How y'all doing tonight? I hope y'all are ready for us to engage an interesting topic. I want to make sure that you guys can feel engaged. So I put the a chat on the screen. That'll help me see it a little bit better. I normally don't pay attention to the chat room, but I want to engage you guys. One thing I want to stress that over here on Picking and Choosing on this YouTube channel, we want to make sure things is above the belt. We want to make sure our conversations are genuine. We want to make sure people are learning something. We want to make sure people are heard. We're not going to focus on how you feel. We don't care if you feel heard, but we want to make sure you are heard. So one way we do that is we repeat what you said back to you to make sure you know we heard you. And if when we repeat it back to you, if we mischaracterize it, if we misquoted it to whatever capacity, you can correct us then. And then we're able to have a healthy, productive dialogue. Um, for the record, I have to repeat this. I don't want to have to repeat this, but I'm going to repeat this on a continual basis until the expectation is known around here. We want to have SOD, structure, order, and decorum. You will not see me over talking people over here. You will not see me demeaning people over here. You will not see me belittling people. We're going to have a productive conversation. I will show decorum, I will show structure, and I will show some order. Also, I want to make sure people understand who the target market is. It is not for the women who are married. It is not for the women who are in a relationship. It is not for the women who are on the open dating market and getting the results that they want. My rhetoric is generally for the women who are tired, lonely, broken, weary, frustrated, can openly admit that they don't know what they're doing and that they need help. If that is not you, I am not talking to you. Save your commentary for the smoke show. What I'm probably going to do is once every 2 weeks or maybe once a month, I'm going to do a smoke show. I'm going to allow people to have an opportunity to challenge me on any and everything I say. Any and everything that I say. Most of the things I say is calculated. I've thought about it before I said it. So if you haven't thought about your response before you say it, you're probably going to embarrass yourself. So just have your thoughts together. Don't be overly confident where it becomes cocky, and just make the claim, state the question. Let's have a healthy conversation. All right. So that being said, we're gonna get into it a little bit. We're gonna see how many folks. How many folks do we have in here? Oh, we got 7 people. Look at that. Your boy is balling out of control. I got 7 people watching your boy live. Now my goal is 15, ladies and gentlemen. So if you could please just take your time and send this live out to one person and implore them to come. Because if I get that goal of 15, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. I'm not gonna change the world. I'm not here to change the world. I would like to change one soul though. If I could help one person get better from my rhetoric, then I think I did a great job on this with this time I have here on earth. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you could take a second, send it out to one person. I'm not asking you to do a whole lot. Also, if you could hit the like button for me, that would be great. If you're not subscribed, I don't know how you're here because I would think only the people who are subscribed know that I'm live. But if you're not subscribed, take a moment and hit the subscribe button. If after you listen to a couple of broadcasts, you don't like what you hear, hit the unsubscribe button. It is okay to unsubscribe from folk that you don't want to hear from. If you don't like my rhetoric, you don't like what I'm talking about, unsubscribe. It's okay. I'm not going to be mad. I won't stop talking to you, and I won't have no private beef with you. But yeah, if you can hit that like button, if you can hit the subscribe button, and if you can share this with one person, that would be great. I am going to engage with you guys in the comment section periodically. I'm going to try to be mindful. I do not have a moderator. It's just me. So if I miss something you say, hey, Look, post it again. I'll do my best to see it. If somebody want to cam up at some point, I will open it up for you to cam up and have a conversation with me if there's some posts or comments that I missed and you want me to go back. As long as it wasn't so many comments where I can't go back and find it, then I'm good. I'll post it and we can talk about it. This is an open discussion. Although it'll be a monologue initially, it is an open discussion. This monologue will be very short because I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time just doing all the talking. I want to engage people. I want to understand how you guys think. I want to understand why you think the way you think. And I also want to understand if you're getting the results that you desire from the way that you think. Or are you just out here being a rogue agent, just thinking how you want to think, feeling how you want to feel, and being stubborn and difficult to deal with because you feel this way, so it must be the right way to do things. Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, my name is Will Maybon. I go by picking and choosing on social platforms. I also go by Mr. Opinion Phobia. I also go by Mr. Moore Writer. I also go by Mr. Paul Bearer. Okay, this is what I do. I drop people off at the elephant graveyard. You know that shadowy place that Mufasa told Simba to stay away from? Yes, I frequent that place regularly. My hearse has an unlimited capacity, and so does my graveyard. So if you want to join a smoke show and you want to take a permanent tour to the elephant graveyard, just show up and be unprepared and trust and believe. Into purgatory you go. So that being said, let me chime in with these little comments real quick, see what y'all saying to your boy. I want to engage with y'all, and then I'll get into the little broadcast, all right? So let me see if I can scroll. Ooh, can I not scroll right here? Dang, I can't scroll right here. I can scroll right here. Oh, we got Dory G in the building. How you doing, Dory? Miss Victoria, how you doing? My man said, and you know what's funny, bro? I was about to send you this broadcast. I was like, you know what? I want to send my man said the broadcast and see if he could tune in. My man said, sidebar, my man said was in Atlanta this past weekend. And fortunately for me, he had a show he wanted to go to. So he came here and we were able to connect. And I met quite a few people off Instagram at this point. And I could tell you two people that I enjoyed that I met them in person. My brother Darwin McPherson, I enjoyed that I met him in person. Now, just because if I don't mention you today, that don't mean nothing. Because my man Gotti, I got some shout out to my man Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the people on IG, my man Gotti, that's my dog. But Darwin McPherson, you know, we tag team on his shows. Sometimes, you know, I'm a guest. I just go in there and we tag team a subject or whatever. But we usually we're meeting up over on the Lapeef Network. And so my man Darwin, you know, he lives here in the ATL area. So it was dope, super dope meeting him and his family. He got to meet my lady and my family. And so shout out to my man Darwin McPherson. He got a dope YouTube show. Y'all should go check him out online. And then my man Said was in town. I got to meet him. Not Said, the Mr. Independent Said that y'all see me talk to a lot on social media. Now, this brother is behind the scenes. He don't like to cam up. He is more of a quiet dude. He played the shadows. He played the background, but he's not a background player. He is a star in the making. But my brother Said, it was an honor to meet you, brother. I really enjoyed our dialogue. I enjoyed our build. We was able to get personal and talk about deep things that have affected us throughout our lives. And we were very transparent with each other and just brothers iron sharpening iron. So, brother, I appreciate you. I wish nothing but the best for you. And I know our relationship is just going to foster and just get better and better. And at some point throughout this journey of this thing called life, you and I will change the lives of somebody. So, bro, keep doing your thing. You know how to reach me, easily found. You got my socials. You got my phone number. You got me wherever I'm at, bro. Hit me up, and we're going to keep chopping it up, brother. So, again, pleasure to meet you. Who we got in here? My man Fat Bugatti. There go my man Fat Bugatti in the building. I was just talking about my man Gotti. Hey, Gotti, you know what it is. Miss Trinity, how you doing? My man. This is like my little brother. Because now I realize he like my little brother because I beat up on him a lot. And he got the best. He is the most poised guy I've ever met on social media. The most poised dude I ever met on social media. That's my man, Real Dope. I give him some flack, but hey, Real Dope is real dope. he got some pandering tendencies. At least that's from my perspective. But on a scale 1 to 10, man, talking to the brother, building with the brother is just phenomenal, bro. So shout out to you, real dope, man. I hope we continue to build. I hope we continue to foster a relationship as well. And I know we'll meet each other soon because I get out to the Philadelphia area from time to time. You know, my lady, she from Pittsburgh. So we out there in Pennsylvania from time to time. And then we got some family that be in the Pennsylvania, Philly area. So we get over there sometime. So anyways, I know we'll meet soon. Who else we got up in here? Yeah, I'm using StreamYard. Yes, sir. Miss B, how you doing, Miss B? I don't know who you are, Miss B, but last time you was in here and you was holding it down. I appreciate you. Oh, wow. Okay, man. I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna figure that out. Lovely Brown, how you doing? At some point, Miss Lovely Brown gonna join the stage, and we're gonna have a conversation. So I'm looking forward to that. And what else we got up in here? Miss Terry, how you doing, Miss Terry? Miss Dahlia Poppins, how you doing? Oh, the Silver Fox, the said that I was talking about. My man said in the building. Y'all know me and my man said gonna get together. Look, quick story. I went to Vegas back in February for a builder show, and I was supposed to link up. My man said I had it all planned. Go to LA. I had a layover, so by layover, because I was connecting, I purposely chose the layover that had like a 12-hour layover. Me and Said was gonna get together, kick it, do some things, but man, my flight was so early in the morning. My flight left at like 5 a.m. I blame it on my baby because she didn't let me get to sleep. I ended up going to sleep at like 2 in the morning, and my flight departed at like 5:35. I went to sleep at 2. There was no way I was making that flight. I woke up and I was like, yep, it's a wrap. So, man, me and my man Said didn't get to connect, but we will soon. And my man Sincere in the building. What up, Sincere? Hey, but y'all don't know, hey, Sincere is always right. So if y'all run across Sincere, understand Sincere is always right. Who else we got in here? Miss Jasmine Williams, how you doing? Don't know who you are, but hello to you. Renisha, how you doing, Miss Renisha? Raz in the building. What up, Raz? Look, people coming through. My man High Chief in the building. What up, Jamu? Who else we got up in here? Okay, we at the bottom. All right, we at the bottom. All right, let's get started. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me, and we hit our goal. I see 21 people was the peak. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. My goal has been met. From this point forward, whatever happens with this stream happens, but I thank y'all very much. And if y'all can, while y'all here, just hit the like button for me, please. And if y'all haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because we're going to have some helpful, fruitful dialogue over here. And again, this is a quote unquote, what y'all say, safe space. I don't do safe spaces, but this will be a safe space because I want to hear what y'all say. I want to hear what y'all think. I will challenge it from time to time, but I'm going to challenge it in a respectful way. I'm going to give you an opportunity to flesh out your thought. If you are taking a long time and you're long with it, I will ask you to kind of wrap it up, because I'm kind of getting lost in listening to the monologue, but the little soliloquy. But come on, let's just have a fruitful conversation. So again, thank y'all. Can't thank y'all enough. I'm going to say thank you a lot. I want to show gratitude. I want to let you guys know I'm humbled by your presence, and I don't want you to think I take anything for granted, because y'all could be anywhere, but y'all decide to give me a little bit of y'all time, and I'm very appreciative of that. So I want to make the most of it. So let's talk about it. Leadership, or leaders. There's a lot of rhetoric going around on these social platforms about men are the leaders. 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 And I'm just like, no, we're not. Oh, wait, sidebar. No, my man Gotti, you see, I'm representing your city. New York in the house. Y'all know I can't stand New York, but that don't mean I hate the people. Miss Lovely Brown, who gonna join me, she from New York. My man Fat Bugatti in the building, he from New York. And there's a lot of other New Yorkers that I got a lot of respect for and love for. So, hey, shout out to New York. I'm gonna cut y'all a little bit of slack going forward. Psych. Anyways, leadership. So there's this rhetoric going around about leadership. No matter if you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, you're on YouTube. Every time I hear a woman and she sounds like she's a little frustrated with men, she throw out the trope that men are the leaders. And I just don't agree with that. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not believe men are the leaders. I don't necessarily believe women are the leaders either, but the live is called, are men the de facto leaders? Is that what it's called? Is that what the stream called? Yeah. Are men the de facto leaders? Yeah. Now, I don't know if y'all know what de facto means. Sometimes people just hear words and they think they know what it means because of the context of the sentence or whatever. They're like, oh, I kind of understand them, but they don't necessarily know what it means. So I would challenge y'all to pull up a dictionary really quick and look up the word de facto. I'll pull it up too. Let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. Mm-mm-mm. And then, we got a smart guy in the building. So the smart guy, I'm sure he's going to be able to look. He know who the smart guy is. I'm sure he's going to be able to tell you what de facto means. So let me type it in. De facto. I could put it on the screen. I don't know how to do that yet, y'all. I'm still learning to walk. And Real Dope said he don't like the way this presentation looks. So Real Dope, does that look better? Is that better? We'll go with that for now. All right. So look, de facto. My man, hey, y'all. Hey, I'm humbled and honored. I got a Cash App request. I didn't ask for it. But my man just sent me some bread. I appreciate you, Mr. Smart Guy. I think everybody in the live know who I'm talking about, who the smart guy is. The smart guy just blessed the channel. Thank y'all very much. All the proceeds of this channel is going to be held for a while, and we're going to figure out what we're going to do with it. So I'm gonna try to be as transparent as possible. So if I do decide to do some like charity work or whatever, people will see exactly what happens with that. I don't necessarily know what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna try to figure this out. My lady's gonna become part of the team, and she's gonna help me figure out some efforts and some initiatives. So we're gonna do hopefully some amazing things over here. So if y'all stay tuned, y'all get to look at this handsome face, y'all get to hear this great rhetoric that come out my mouth, and y'all get to be enlightened and hopefully learn a thing or two. So anyways, back to the show. De facto, and thank you for your contribution, sir. De facto is an adverb, in fact, whether by right or not, often contrasts with de jure. So let's go to the other dictionary because, here we go. Existing or holding a specified position in fact, but not necessarily by legal right. So men are called the leaders, but I challenge that because I don't know many leaders. As many successful guys as I don't know many leaders. There are a few leaders that I know, but again, not many. Now, when I look at a guy being a leader, I ask myself, does he have leadership skills? Is he in a leadership position? And does he have followers? Or at least a follower. Most of the guys who are in relationships, they have no leadership skills. They are not in a position of leadership, and they don't have a follower. I've never heard a woman refer to herself as a follower of her man, yet she says she wants a leader. So you want a leader, but are you a follower? And if you're not a follower, he's not a leader. I don't care how great of a man he is. I don't care what tangible skills he has. Hard skills, soft skills, I don't care. If you are not a follower, ma'am, he by default is not a leader. If he was a leader, and if he was your leader, you should have no problem professing that you are a follower and you are a follower of his. Can you admit to that? Can you agree to that? Let's look at the flyer right here. Be strong. What happened there? Oh no, that's crazy. What happened to my flyer? That's the wrong flyer. I mean, that edit didn't go right. Whatever. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to say. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to say. That messed up. Be a leader, but don't complain. Hold on, let me look at this other one that I made and see if I air it out on that one too. Oh, that's what it is. Be tough. That's what it is. How the hell did that happen? See, let me show y'all my other flyer. That's so whack. Dang, that's so whack. I can't believe that happened. I'm sitting here looking at that like, what the hell is that? So, all right, y'all see that? Be strong, be tough, be a leader, but don't complain. Be strong, be tough, be a leader, but don't complain. Lead, don't cry. Provide, figure it out, never fail. What happens when the world demands more than a man can give? Ladies, can y'all answer that question? What happens when the world demands more than a man can give? We call him a failure. Is he a failure because he failed by your standards? Are you a failure because you're failing by someone else's standards? What is the proper standard? That's what I want to find out. What is the proper standard of what a man is to be called a leader? What skills must he possess? And I don't want to hear this arbitrary, oh, I don't want it to be different for this person to that person, like it's all subjective. No. It cannot be subjective. We have to have a baseline of what a leader is. We develop a baseline of what a leader is, and there could be nuances to that person's leadership, but we cannot have it just be willy-nilly, like, to me, a leader is this. Well, guess what? To you, you're going to have to find a man who is a leader like such. And that's why it's very difficult for a lot of ladies to find a man who's a leader, because they all have a different criteria for what a leader is. But see, men try to give men the same criteria, and women are just all over the place with what they want a leader to be. And I just don't know how you develop any consistency in the dating market if you have this different idea of what a leader is. Every time you come in contact with a man, how do you determine if he's a leader within the first couple of hours? How do you determine if or actually, when you meet a man on a dating app, how do you determine he's a leader to give him your phone number? And when you give him your phone number and you're conversing, how do you determine he's a leader before you go on a date with him? And when you go on these dates, how do you determine that he's a leader before you enter into a relationship with him? Please explain that to me. I would love to know. I hope y'all taking notes and writing this stuff down, because these are questions that I would like y'all to answer. I just don't understand, ladies. I'm just at a loss. And for the gentlemen too. Gentlemen, I'm at a loss too, because you guys are the same way. You guys blame these guys for being leaders. I gave somebody a scenario today. I said, what happens if you got an 18-year-old boy who graduated high school with a D- average? And within 2 weeks of graduating high school, he started dating a girl. And within 6 months of dating her, they got engaged. And actually, they tied the knot. They actually got married. So 6.5 months after he graduated high school, he's actually married. If that relationship fails within the first year, people are going to be like, he's the leader. He failed. But they're not going to say she failed. I don't understand how guys are perceived as creating broken homes. I'm told that I created a broken home because me and my woman are not legally married, although we live together, although I'm her provider. I don't understand how it is that I created a broken home. So I was married before, and my ex-wife decided to terminate the marriage. Did she create a broken home? Did she create a dynamic where our children are not under the same roof with their parents? Is she the culprit of a broken home, or is it just me? Did I fail the relationship? Am I the leader? Was I the leader in that relationship? I say I was. I take the blame. But as I did that when I was younger, but as I matured, I realized I was not the leader in that relationship. I think y'all have to understand a thing or two. When you follow someone, you follow them. When you choose to stop following them, they have effectively been demoted from being a leader. So when my ex-wife decided to pull the trigger to terminate the relationship, ladies and gentlemen, it was not my fault. I was not the leader. She became the leader. She was in the driver's seat. She was making decisions. I had to acquiesce. So essentially, I became her follower. Now, I know a lot of y'all won't agree with that, and that's okay. We push the envelope over here. We want you to think. If a person can terminate a relationship, are they the follower or are they the leader of that relationship? Something to think about. Now, I'm not going to go any further because I want to engage some of y'all. I want to open up the floor. I want to have a dialogue with some of y'all and see what y'all thoughts are. But I definitely would like for y'all to challenge me on my perspective. And I would definitely like to hear y'all thoughts and then see what we could build from here. I will do more topics. I will do more broadcasts on this topic, and I will go deeper into it. I'm not going to do that today. I want to kind of stay surface level because I want to baby feed y'all. Spoon feed y'all a little bit, treat everybody like we on the milk phase. I don't necessarily want the meat conversation. I don't think everybody's ready for the meat conversation. And I want to make sure that I respect the time and give y'all the opportunity to state y'all case. And I think if we go too deep, sometimes y'all might get lost in the weeds, and I may tune out because I may be like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But that being said, if any of y'all want to cam up, if any of y'all got any questions, my broadcasts are going to be short early on because I just don't have the traction right now to sit here for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and just monologue to y'all. That's not going to happen. So I'm gonna go back to the comment section real quick, and then I'm gonna open up the floor for anybody that want to join. Let me see. You know what? I didn't forgot how to put the link on here for y'all to join. Give me a second to figure that out, but I'm gonna go through these comments real quick. Where did we leave off last time? Pull out your dictionaries. Let's see. Right back at you, brother. The feeling of love is mutual. For sure, for sure. Billy, okay. Everyone hit the like button like my man Gotti said. Oh, okay. I got you, bro. Yeah. But I'll definitely hold out for you, real dope, so you can chime in. All right. So y'all just showing some love. I appreciate y'all. I'm just reading the comments to myself. All right. So here, 30 minutes for sure. What was that? That was 1 minute ago. All right. So don't use Google though. Dirty dog. Hey, listen, sometimes dirty dogs like to come over here and harass me, but that's okay. He's still my G. All right, let me get this link up and all right, let me oh, I think it's right here. Yeah, here we go. Oops. Hold on. There you go, y'all. I just pinned the link. If y'all want to cam up, feel free to cam up. I would love to have a conversation with y'all. If not, I'm gonna take a little break and give my man Real Dope some time to come up. He got to take care of some things at home, and then hopefully we can have a conversation. So we got like 30 minutes to fill. He said he need 30 minutes, so I need somebody to come up here and help me fill 30 minutes of air time.
Hold on, let me get on from the app. Hold on.
Yo, you can hear me?
I can't hear you, bro.
You can't hear me?
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me?
Gotti, is that you?
Yeah, you can
Both of
hear
y'all
me?
have sent the request. Yeah, Real Dope. That's Real Dope, but he can't come
Could you
up
hear
yet.
me?
He in the middle of doing something.
I'm right here.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't hear.
He can't hear either of us.
I guess not. I just asked him if he can hear
Gotti.
me. Yo.
If you there, you ain't saying anything.
Bro, I'm talking.
Oh, hold on. My oh, that's me, bro. My volume down. Say something.
And my boy smoking good as I.
I don't know why I always do that, bro. I'll be like, hey, I can't hear nothing you said, bro, but I see the pulsating of your icon. He talking, but I can't hear nothing. What's up with you, bro? What's up with you?
I'm chilling, man. What's up with you? I'm about to cam up. Hold on, give me a second.
No, you take your time, bro. Take your time. We
Yep.
I'm sure people over here are a little patient. They know we over here figuring things out. They don't expect us to be a well-oiled machine yet. At least I hope they don't.
Yeah, I'm still my kids in the bed, so I can't cam up yet. But I just definitely want to chime in.
For sure, bro. We want you to chime in. So yeah, y'all can keep y'all cameras off if y'all in the middle of something. But we just want to make sure that y'all cam up as soon as y'all can, because otherwise I'm looking at two black squares.
In fact, let me add a picture on there too, just so people got something to look at.
Yeah, because it is boring looking at a black screen. Gotti, what's up, bro? Talk to me. Why you figuring out what you're doing?
What's the word? What's the word? Nah, I'm
I
trying to
mean,
set this my camera up and shit. Give me yeah. But yeah, about the topic that you was talking about, I answered. We was talking about a little bit of it when we was on Said Live, and I was saying that if we don't, if we're not speaking in like in specifics, and we're talking in general, then who would we call the leaders?
if we're not speaking specifically, we're speaking in general. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't,
in general, who would you say are the leaders?
no one.
There's no leaders.
No, if we're just speaking in general, like who just inherits the title leader?
No,
How
nobody's saying inherit the title leader. What I'm saying is in general, nobody's saying you automatically get the title leader. I'm saying in general, who are the leaders?
Well, you will have to have some criteria to go off of. Otherwise, that someone will have to inherit the title. Because if we're not basing
Hmm?
it off if we don't base it off of anything, if we just say in general who's the leader, we will say we will have to base it off of something. And if we're not basing it off of anything, we're just giving someone the title.
So we're now we're gonna have to go into what a leader technically is and what aspect and stuff like that.
No, not really, because all we have to really do is establish who is the follower. So, Gotti, are you my leader, Gotti?
No.
Okay, but if I profess to be your follower, can you then profess to be my leader?
If I accept you, yeah.
No, but I mean, whether you accept me or not, if I'm following you, let's say I watch your movements on social media and I take a liking to how you move, and I decide to start repeating your rhetoric, applying your rhetoric to my life, doing things the way you say things should be done. I'm effectively your student and you're my teacher, with unbeknownst to you. So I can then say I'm your follower, or people may know that I get all of my talking points from you. They'll be like, man, you be following that dude Gotti. It's like, what he your leader or something? And then I'll be like, yeah, you will be my leader, whether you acquiesce to it or not, whether you accept or not. You're my leader.
So you're telling me that so you would accept when people say that you're their leader?
No, 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 no. Listen to what I'm saying. Well, hold on. Let's back up. People don't say that I'm their leader. Other
Actually,
people.
somebody actually came up on set live and said that.
Okay, I,
Literally, when you left, somebody said that.
I didn't get it.
They said they said they're wellites. They accept you as their Lord and Savior.
Oh,
Um,
whoa, Lord and Savior.
nah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Hey, bro. Hey, hey, no, don't do that. Okay,
Nah,
so
but they said they said that they consider you, what I'm saying, their leader.
okay, cool. Then I'm their leader. They're my follower. So I don't know who that person is, but that person has made
If
me
Seth
their
is up here, he'll tell you.
that person has made me their leader. So now I can effectively say that I am their leader. But if they don't profess to be my follower, how can I just claim to be their leader? If I tell you I'm your follower, Gotti, you could then profess to be my leader. but can you just make yourself my leader, Gotti?
Nah, I don't believe I can do that.
Okay, so help me understand, how does a person then just be the leader in general? Where are these leaders in
Now I'm
general?
saying, all right. So if you talk about who are the leaders and what the leaders have done, they're
Hold on,
usually
wait. What kind of hat is that? I didn't peep before you turned it around. Oh,
Lakers, Los Angeles.
I thought that was a Steelers hat. I was gonna say represent. You know, my lady always trying to
Yeah,
make.
I could get it. I can get a Steelers hat. You feel me? Hold on, I got
Hold
something
on,
for
man.
you. Hold on.
Let me see your shirt, bro. You got a teddy bear on your shirt,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying? Look at them boys thinking alike, man. Look at that.
Oh
Look at that, boy. Hey,
yeah,
look,
I
you
didn't
know
even peep.
I'm representing for your hometown.
I appreciate that. Hold on, I'm trying to. Oh yeah, come on now. I was gonna throw this on. You feel me?
What's that?
And I ain't want to my Knicks jersey.
Oh no, don't do that. Let me take that off too. By the way, we're not doing that no more. That disrespect lasted long enough.
You feel me? Oh, my Knicks jersey.
You see, I had to take the hat off. That disrespect lasted long enough. I can't be rocking no
Come on now.
New York, bro. Come on,
Appreciate
especially
it.
talking to no New Yorker. I can't give you that much satisfaction. We're
You
not gonna.
already said you already gave us the shout out. I appreciate it.
I give you the shout out, bro.
Now you
And
said
then,
you gave us it was a couple of us you shout out.
but now
So
I
I
take it back.
appreciate it.
But now I take it back. You know what I'm saying? You can't leave well enough alone.
You gotta stop that.
All right, so tell me, with the leader, like who indeed is the leader? Oh shoot,
I
I'm
would
sorry,
say
y'all. We got a lot of people trying to join the stage. Hey, y'all, I apologize. I didn't see none of y'all down.
well, you can't feel me, you can't even get his shit straight. You
Can't
feel
even
me?
host right.
Hey,
Get
look,
your
I'm
shit
looking
right,
down. I'm like,
man.
it's a lot of activity. Hey, look, Gotti, I'm like, it's a lot of activity down there. What's going on?
You
How you
trying to
doing,
I'm
Jazz?
about to throw the I'm about to hold on. Now I gotta switch up now.
How you
Well,
doing,
It's
lovely?
I
getting
was Jasmine Williams. That was me. I ain't had no
Oh,
yeah.
Hey
okay.
y'all.
What's
How
up,
you doing,
lovely,
lovely?
lovely?
Hi Jazz. I haven't seen you in so long, Jazz.
I know,
I'm gonna
babe.
go back. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. We got two New Yorkers in the building. I'm gonna represent. I
I'm a
gotta give me a
appreciate
Philadelphia.
it,
Philly.
Here we
appreciate it.
go.
Philadelphia.
I gotta give me a Philly hat for my girl Jasmine and my guy Real Dope. So
Got to.
I'm gonna represent Philly next time for my peoples. So
I fuck with Philly.
y'all heard what I was saying about the leadership thing and leaders. My man Gotti said that somebody, I mean, like in general, somebody's the leader, and I don't know, we haven't finished it yet, but y'all feel free to chime in. Let's try to do this orderly. One thing I would like to ask y'all is to, I don't police adults, so I'm not going to tell y'all how to talk, but I just would like to make sure that when people come over here, everybody is heard and everybody has an opportunity to speak their piece. I want to listen to what y'all have to say, and I want to challenge y'all respectfully and see if we can get to a conclusion. So if y'all, everybody's going to get an opportunity to say what they got to say. Trust and believe. I want to hear you out. Let's just be mindful that we're all adults. Let's not hog the microphone. Let's try to talk one at a time, and let's give everybody an opportunity to speak. I've already broken one of my rules. My first rule is I won't let more than 4 people be on the stage at a time. But what I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna make it 5. I think I'll count myself out of the 4. So thank y'all for being the first time I ever had 4 people on the panel. Y'all have taken me to new heights. So thank y'all very much. But feel free to chime in. Just let's be mindful of sharing the mic. Let's try not to talk over each other, and let's let everybody finish their thought. And if we can, kind of repeat what we heard so that people know that we heard them clearly. Because if a lot of times people respond to what they think they heard, and then it creates conflict because people are saying, I didn't say that. That's not what I said. It's like if we can repeat back what is said, it give that person the opportunity to clear it up before we make our claims or respond to what they said. Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah.
Oh, one other thing. Y'all know how I am. If I ask a question, please just answer the question before you give your explanation. Please answer the question and then explain your answer. Please.
That's for that. Nah, I feel like you cheated.
I'll cheat.
Any other
Because you
rules?
said, you made an announcement. You feel me? I was trying to keep the tally without the announcement. Now I feel like it's kind of,
Oh, I wasn't thinking about that.
yeah,
What
My
other
yeah.
bad.
rules you got, Will?
What'd you say, though?
What other rules you got for us?
That's really it, man. I mean, we're adults, man. So I'm not trying to police people. I'm just trying to keep a little bit of SOD around here. You know what I'm saying? So, but Gotti, I don't think he was gonna really have that be effective today with that anyway, because Real Dope pretty much listens. You listen, Lovely listens, and Jazz listen, and Lovely just dropped anyway. But I think she'll come back. But anyways, yeah, y'all got the floor. Can y'all chime in on this idea? If Gotti want to finish what he started, he got the floor first. Gotti, you want to finish what you were claiming that somebody's the leader? By deep, I mean, in general,
Nah,
somebody's the
not
leader?
about the yeah. And when it's time to make leadership decisions and step into leadership roles, is usually the men who do that.
I bet to
Even
differ.
even historically, if you talking about, if you want to say now, like how it is now, then yeah, right now it's kind of flipping. But like I said, in general, historically, then it's usually was the men who was, what I'm saying, stepping to the forefront and taking lead.
Well, sir, I'm 43, so I can't speak on anything more than 33 years ago. I can't really speak on who was leading when I was 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 3. I don't know. In my lifetime, sir, that's not been the case. Since
So
I've been
in
on the
your
planet, I'm
lifetime,
just
there
seeing
was, so who was, so all right, so so who were the leaders in your lifetime?
well, you got to keep in mind, I grew up in a single parent household to a single mom. Well, my mom got married to somebody who wasn't my father, but he wasn't the leader of the relationship. And then that marriage didn't last forever, but it lasted most of my childhood. And he wasn't the leader at all. At all. By no stretch of the imagination was he the leader.
Okay, so are we okay? So you those are two examples. So there's no, so you didn't have no male leaders in your life?
Not really. I mean, I had some coaches. All my teachers were female. All of my teachers were female pretty much until I got to junior high. All of my elementary teachers were female.
So
So
you never
my
seen,
dream teacher.
so you never seen or read about or nothing historically about male leaders?
Yeah, I have, but you got to keep in mind that's figurative in my imagination because these people are not in my life.
In
You
your
if I
imagination?
Yeah, bro, when you read things, that's imagination. That don't become factual to your life.
Talking about historic things.
I'm talking about historic figures. Yes.
Like, how is that we're not about to go down this, okay?
Well, you got to think about it. Look, when I read or hear about the likes of a Malcolm X or Martin Luther King, bro, they were dead before I was born. There's no way these people are not something more than my imagination. They're just my
But that don't
imagination.
change the fact that don't change the fact that they were leaders.
I didn't
So
say they weren't leaders. I didn't
so
say
that's why I'm asking.
you
So I'm talking about the fact that there were other ways to see male leaders, and I'm sure there was a plethora of different examples of that. So what I'm
So,
saying
Scotty, are
is
you asking as in general of all men through all time, men are the leaders?
literally, yeah, I literally said historically, even historically.
I'm not a
How was
historian.
how was like this relevant to relationships though in terms of Malcolm X and stuff like that?
Well,
I
the
don't think it
topic is
is.
men leaders.
I don't think it is, but he's saying that.
So are you saying who's the leader in relationships?
What you think we talking about?
I thought you was just saying in general is men the leader.
Yeah, I didn't hear you
I
specifically
didn't, yeah, I didn't
say
know it
a
was specific.
relationship.
All the examples that he's
I
given so
think
far, if we've been listening, every example has been about a relationship though.
Yeah, those are the examples, but that doesn't mean that that's what I don't assume anything. So I when you said is men the leader, I thought you was just talking about in general. So that was my
Even then,
misunderstanding.
even then, we could look. We could talk about relationships. We could talk about it in general. It applies to both. It doesn't matter. Like so, Gotti. Listen to what Listen to what I said.
Get out the kitchen.
I've never seen a female president in my lifetime. It wasn't until recently that I saw a female vice president, and we all know that was just a gimmick. So most of the people in power, when you think of like strength of physical power, have been men. But in my actual life, people who made all the decisions, who told me what I could and couldn't do, were women. My lived experience will always trump the figment of my imagination of these presidential candidates and these historical figures. They're
I
not.
believe that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Yes, I believe if you just limit yourself over what you can see right in front of your face, that's a problem.
I didn't say I limited myself. I said my lived experience is going to trump the other experiences.
I think that's a problem too. Just
No,
because
he's just saying his.
if you
He's saying like based on him just being human, like everything that he's ever experienced has been women calling the shots, telling him, teachers and all that type of stuff. His mom. So that's relevant.
So how
When
about
I
we
went
just
over
focus
my
on
friends'
well, what is
today's time then? Let's not go too far back. Let's just
well,
uh,
all that stems from then till now. So all of my friends growing up, all their moms called the shots in their homes because a lot of them had single parents and no dad in the picture, and so these are just repeat experiences. I went to my grandma's house; she called the shots. I never met my granddad. My mom's dad died when she was a baby, so and I didn't meet my granddad on my father's side because by the time I met my father, my granddad had died. So I don't know what it's like to listen to a man. All the people that call shots, I got uncles, but my uncles weren't around like my aunts were. My grandma, my mom, my aunts, they called the shots.
okay?
So look,
So I wouldn't necessarily because I experienced the same thing. I still
so
wouldn't
then if we talk
necessarily
about
say
based off experience, then by default, wouldn't the woman be the leader? If that's what most of y'all experience is.
that's a minute, that's a small sample of
okay, so
like that's why it's called a read. Like you can read and see other stuff. It doesn't have to be just necessarily just be what you see in front of your face. It can be more to shit than that.
but I'm
But
not
that's why I
saying,
said let's just focus on today. Let's not go deep into the history books because none of us was there. So let's just
but I
go
can,
based off our experiences.
but even then, I'm saying like I'm not saying that there's no men leaders. I'm saying are men the de facto leaders? Are men just the leaders by default?
In relationships.
Period.
See,
No,
yo,
by
I'm
default, no,
confused.
they're
Yo,
not.
I'm confused. Are we talking about relationships or are we talking about in general?
We were talking about relationships, but I'm saying it
Made it
applies to
general now.
both. It doesn't matter. No, so watch this, Gotti. When you leave the house, and Jasmine, let's use Jasmine because she's a woman. Jasmine, when you leave the house, what man is your leader? Or take your man out the equation. Take your husband
Okay.
out the equation. And if your father is still with you, take your father out the equation.
Okay.
Are there any other men on the planet that's your leader?
It would be my brother.
Your brother. Okay. Now
Mhm.
hold that thought. Gentlemen, have y'all ever heard a lady refer to her brother as her leader?
Nah. No.
I haven't either. So, Jasmine, so your brother, your father, if he's still with us, and your husband, these are the men. Are there any other leaders in your life? Male leaders.
No.
All right. So Gotti, I mean, I don't know if I'm answering. I don't know if I've
Should I
said
go
it.
like president or would that be it? Would that count?
Is
I
the
mean,
president?
technically, yeah, the president would be my leader, right?
Do you follow him?
Do I what?
Do you follow him?
No, so no, he wouldn't be my leader. So
Do you
no.
subscribe to his rhetoric, his teachings? Now, you may obey in a sense of the law.
Okay, yeah, then no. So then, yeah, my brother, my father, and my husband.
Yeah, because the president is not a dictator, right? So we don't have to follow the president for him to be our president. Just because
Right.
he's our president, he's the leader of the country, but people don't subscribe to him being their leader.
Right.
So, Gotti,
Yeah.
do you think a person? Do you think if we didn't have the liberties that we have in America, do you think these American citizens will be able to talk crazy about the president?
No.
Make sure you check backstage, Will.
Okay, because they're not he's not their leader. I don't know how to do it. Don't.
I don't. Okay. I don't get
It's
what
not.
that gotta.
Oh, here you go. I see it. You
I,
don't get with what?
I, oh,
I
I
don't get
want.
what that gotta.
I
Good.
think it. Oh no, I'm sorry. What was you saying? Got it.
Nah. Good. Good.
I do
Oh, they
think.
said
Oh,
Jazz.
my bad, y'all. Hey, I'm sorry. Damn, I just violated my damn rule. Damn, it's it's 5 of
Now
y'all
it's
up
I
here.
was back there for like 15 minutes, bro.
I'm sorry. I gotta
I
be.
Lord.
mean,
I
it
gotta pay
I was
should.
attention.
about to send him a message like, I'll see you later.
I apologize. I'm so sorry. So look, what I'm gonna do, y'all, because I don't want to violate my rules. I'm gonna drop my man Gotti, and he can come back up. Gotti, I'm gonna just remove you. I'm not gonna drop you from the stream. I'm just gonna remove you off the stage because I want to try to keep some order. And I think when we let too many voices come on the stage, it gets convoluted and it gets a little messy. Not saying y'all messy. I just think it gets messy. So I'm gonna bring you back in a minute, Gotti. I'm gonna rotate y'all. All right. Anybody else got anything they want to chime in on this topic real quick?
I think we should. I think we should bring it back to relationships. I think that would be more fruitful.
I agree with you.
I definitely wanted to just contribute just a little piece to what I was speaking about as far as leaders, and those were some good, thought provoking questions. You was asking the goddess there, Will. You asked her, did she follow her brother? She said no, so she understood how that's not her leader. But and
No, I
that's the
don't follow my
thing.
president. That's what he asked.
Yeah.
Our
She
president,
said her brother
okay,
is her leader.
right, but she don't follow her brother though, so that's not her
No, we
leader.
didn't dive into that. I just asked her outside of her husband, if her
Oh, for
father is
sure.
still with her. Take them out the equation. What man on the earth will be her leader? She said her brother.
Okay, for sure, for sure. Yeah, and that's the thing, a lot of people try to associate that title on me too, a leader or whatever, but that's a title that I don't really resonate with. A lot of people, we aspire, we have aspirations of being leaders and things like this, but a leader needs followers. So it's important to understand the job of a leader is to, convince inspiration inside of a person and get them to move on action. So that's what a good leader do. So if we ain't got no followers, if a person not following you, how can one be a leader? I resonate with the term guider because a guider means, an advisor. And you don't have to follow my advice, but take heed to it. Of course, take heed means to pay attention.
Well, I mean, yeah, I can't be mad at that. I really wanna hammer this point though, because with all there's so there's so much deflection of accountability by making men the scapegoats when relationships don't go well and saying, well, they are the leaders, they fail. The man is supposed to be the leader. And I want us, if we can, to establish how we're going about calling these men the leaders. Like, what is it about them that are making them the leaders? Lovely, you want to chime in? You got anything on that?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
So you're saying, ask me the question one more time. I'm sorry.
um I'm saying, so on these social media streets when we talk, there's a lot of relationship conversations being had, and people
Mhm.
are saying that they basically making men the scapegoats for failed relationships. So whenever a relationship fails, they say the man is supposed to be the leader, so it's his fault. And I don't understand how we're deriving to that conclusion that the men are the leaders. Like, what is it about these men in general that we're making them the leaders? Is it because they have a penis?
Well, you just said two different things
I
just then.
oh
You
What I
said
say?
that first. You said that the
mm,
people are
mm.
saying that men are supposed to be the leaders, and then you said, well, if the men are the leaders, those are two different things. Whether men are supposed to be leading and whether men were actually in that relationship being the leader, those are two different things. I do think men are supposed to be the leaders. However, that they were leading within that relationship, I don't think that a lot of men are leading within their relationships.
Okay, well, if men are supposed to be the leader, okay, I'm not dealing with right now who's supposed to be the leader. I'm dealing with who is the leader. Like
Right.
all
Can I give
men
a
believe.
shot? Can I give a shot at that question? Because that was a good question. And basically, you saying like, what is making? Why are women, giving men these titles as leaders? Why are y'all choosing them to be leaders? Right? What gives them the credentials of being a leader?
Well, I
Basically,
know
right?
Chief, before you go, I know why
Yeah.
they're doing it. Again, it's just to make them the scapegoat for when things go wrong.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
let
So,
Lovely answer first because you asked her to be based on
For
being a
sure.
yeah,
woman. Then she
Lovely,
can
you still with
decide.
us?
Thanks. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I feel like the leader thing, I don't really think that fits into the equation of a relationship if it failed or not. I just think um most men right now nowadays don't even know what it means to be a leader because they're too busy competing with women, in my opinion. And I think once those elements are evident in a relationship, I feel like once a man starts comparing himself to whether it be her finances or whatever it is, I think that's when things go left. I don't even think people care about leading at that point. That's what I really think probably.
Wait, can you repeat that? Because I think I missed something.
But the whole thing will.
Yeah, just repeat it one more time because I want to hear
Emily.
right. Because my objective here, ladies and gentlemen, is to hear
Have
people
a
out.
tape recorder, Lovely.
Look,
Gee.
my objective is to hear people out and understand what they're saying. I don't
What
want to
I'm
think
saying is I don't think that men are focusing on leading nowadays. I think that they're more focused on competing with women.
that's what I thought I heard you say, but it wasn't computing for me. Competing with women?
Yes.
Right. So when we dealing with leader, let's
Wait,
let's take
one second, Chief, one second. Because
okay.
Even on social media, just in conversations, like there's very little like it's like, oh, you're simping if you let a woman speak before you. Or you're simping if you acknowledge that you're talking to a woman, even if you're angry and you don't get out of line and start disrespecting her. Like I don't think I truly think that we're in an era where men are saying, okay, well, what about me? And that's okay. I think it's good. Men should say, what about me? But not for every goddamn thing. So it's like, oh, you arguing with that woman over there, or oh, she called you a bitch. Okay, so you want to do it too? You want to be a woman for 5 minutes? So I really don't think the majority of men are even concerned or even want to be leaders, Will.
okay, hold on, y'all. I broke my rule. My lady told me to not enforce the rule right now to allow as many people on the stage as possible. So I
Yeah,
think we're at my capacity. I think my capacity is six. I don't know if my capacity is six, 8, or 10.
let
But
us
anyway,
see your lady.
uh Gotti, you back on the stage. I don't know if you hear us. Gotti man walked
Yeah, I
away.
hear you. Nah,
Okay.
I hear you. I hear you.
So
Yeah,
look,
hey,
uh I'm I'm
can I
still
bring it
struggling.
back?
One second, Chief. I want her to unpack that thought because I'm still struggling with this idea of competing with women. Like, can you can you elaborate on how you think men are competing with women?
Okay, so
In
just like on social
relationships.
media,
We're talking about in
like
relationships.
in relationships, it could be like she makes more money or she has more experience or she just might have like an easier lifestyle. It's shit like that. Like, I mean,
But how is that? How is that competing?
you're saying in what, like you were asking in what ways? Those are the ways, but like
So
the
you
way
said
that you would compete, like the way you would compare, like you know what I'm saying? Like you shitting on her. Like
compare
if
or
she makes an accomplishment, you don't know how to appreciate her. You don't know how to say good job, congratulations. You have to find something negative or wrong with it because she might have hit a milestone before you did.
10. Is that happening?
Yes.
Wait. You both the ladies said yes. So
It is. Well, I'm gonna be not to be too like deep,
I've
but
been in a relationship like that. That's why.
yeah, and I'm not, I don't be giving a fuck. I'm an open book.
no,
But
it's cool,
the
right?
guy, oh, I can't say F word, sorry. The guy who put me in a cast when I was 23, he told me to my face after he did it that it was because he was jealous of me.
Well, okay, but listen, ladies, listen. I
Not
get it. I'm
jealous.
not saying that it doesn't happen. Um,
It happens more than you think.
but that's what I want to get to. I want to get to, is it happening a
Yes.
lot to the
It's
point
very
where,
common, Will.
so let me ask y'all this. So let me ask y'all if it's common, which I'm not saying it's not. I don't know this to be true, but I'm not telling y'all it's not true. I just don't know, right? So because I don't know, I want to hear from you. So lovely. I don't know how many relationships you've ever been in. For the sake of argument, just to establish a number, we're just going to say 10. In the
Mm-hmm.
10 relationships that you've been in, how many of those relationships would you say the men were competing with you?
Oh Lord. Um, I would have to say like 5 or 6.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Wow. Jasmine.
But you gotta understand, Will, most of like I'm trying to think. What, I'm 40 now. Most of my adult life, so the last 15 years, I was making a lot of money and I was an entrepreneur. And I was able to like dictate my own schedule and I had an assistant and I was able to like live off of that. So a lot of guys that I would date were either like not making as much or like if I'm telling you like it was bad. That's why I stayed away from dating for so long. Like if I did date somebody, I would try not to take it too serious or I wouldn't really be too open about my success.
Can I ask you a question?
Hmm?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
In these situations, how much more money were you making than these guys?
I don't know because I never asked him for nothing, but I know that like if like for one of them, he was working in the same shop as me, so obviously like I have more. I could tell I have more customers, or like he might charge $50 a haircut, but I'm charging like $200 a service, and he might have did like 5 customers that day, and I might have did like 3, shit like that. Or like if we go to dinner and they don't really have it, or like if I ask, oh, you want to go do something, and then I'd be willing to pay for it, like it's like a mood shift happens or whatever. I remember a guy offering to take me on a first date, and I said I wanted to go to iPic, and he got so mad. He didn't even know I was about to be like, oh, I'm about to pay for the tickets. Like literally,
Okay.
he was like, oh, that's gold digging. I said that's crazy. It's fucking iPic.
Okay, so I guess you're saying that you don't really know typically how much these guys are making, but you know that you are making more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what are some ways that you know that they were trying to compete with you, or that you felt they were trying to compete?
One of the things is I could tell them that I have like a gig or something to do, like a real big thing, like a music video. I got to do hair for a music video or something. They'll like pick a random dumbass fight with me like the night before, or really really early the morning of, or I'm trying to think what else. Oh, like if I like when I had made the shade room like my work for doing Raleigh's hair. Um, the guy that I was dating at the time was like, "Oh well, she could have tagged you," meaning like she could have like she had posted it on her page, but she didn't tag me, which I didn't care about. But the shade room picked it up, and then my clients started tagging me for me. So who cares? And then he literally like he made me cry and everything, like a day that I was supposed to be happy. Word. And it's like they don't realize it. And now he's doing really well for himself. Like he got like 2 shops. He got his shit together. He
I
got his
think
life together. So he could
I
be
think
nice.
when
He's
we
nicer
dealing with
now.
I
Okay,
think when we dealing with the men that's in competition with their women, that's definitely a feminine trait, in the way I look at things.
I was trying to go somewhere with that with the line of questioning, bro, real
Oh,
quick.
okay, go ahead.
Um, because I guess a lot of times I think it's important for us to be open and understand that we're interpreting something a certain way, but also what other ways can it be interpreted? So, for example, like with the first situation, um, when you mentioned what did you mention the first situation again? You went then the second one was the Ra Ali, but what was the first one?
Um, I forgot.
It was what did she say the
Oh,
first one was?
like one time I had to go through here for a music
Ah,
video.
okay.
Yeah,
Because a lot of times things like that may not be that he's jealous of you. It can be that he's insecure that you're about to be around some balling ass niggas,
but I
right?
wasn't.
But when
It
you
was
hear
a
music,
female music
oh, it was a
video.
female music video.
And I did her hair at the shop. Like we ran the shop together. And he met her
Okay,
and everything. So like it was like everything was cool. But me and my homegirl, we noticed while I was doing her hair, she was like talking about the outfit she was gonna wear and how important it was, like that I was doing this and you know what it meant to her. Da, da, da. And he was like stomping around like with an attitude. And like
got
the
you.
rest, yeah.
Okay, and as far as the second situation with like the Ra Ali thing, so you're saying that like he pretty much was saying like that's crazy she didn't tag you. Like
Yeah.
you could be pretty much benefiting off of the shade room post, and that was his position was he was kind of upset that she didn't tag you. And how did that
No,
make
that's not
you?
what happened. I said
Okay,
that Ra Ali posted it. She posted the picture of herself, like a selfie, on her Instagram page. And then the Shade Room,
picked it up.
like, right, they copied it, whatever. Then they posted it on their shit. And what's better is I rather, Jasmine, you got feedback, but even on here too, girl. Um, I forgot what I was saying.
You
Oh,
was pretty
like
yeah.
what to me is better is from my like a plethora of people on Instagram saying, "Oh, Lovely did that. That's Lovely Brown," and tagging me. I rather like it doesn't matter. Like he was
Well,
being a hater.
no, but if we're being honest, if we're being objective and honest, it would have been 1,000% better if she had tagged you, which maybe she didn't have to.
No,
That's
it would
neither here nor
not. The shade.
business.
This hello. The Shade Room has way more followers than Ra Ali. One, two. A lot of people didn't like her. I love her. I love her. She loves me. I love her. But the reality is, a lot of people are weird. I learned on the internet, and they're like bandwagon bullies. So just like it was kind of like whatever. I got
Okay,
more press. I got more press from being on the Shade Room twice with her for doing a crochet, and then the other time was when she went to the BET Awards with Nicki Minaj, and then her and Nicki Minaj did like a whole video. Like, come on,
okay. So if I'm correct, you
the
correct me if
nigga
I'm
was
wrong.
being a hater.
Okay, so, all right. So we're working through it. So correct me if I'm wrong. You did Ra Ali's hair, and she posted it on her page, right?
Okay, God. Yes.
And after that, somebody the shade room took her post, reposted it onto their page.
Yes.
Okay, and what you're saying is, if she tagged you in
Instead
that,
of instead of the nigga that I was dating, let's stay on topic. Instead of the guy that I was dating saying, "Oh, congratulations, that is so dope. You made it to the Shade Room, or your work was posted on the Shade Room," he said the other shit.
yeah. So we working through it, right? I don't want you to skip through and just give me your opinion, and because we working through it together right now. I'm trying to get the story right so we can talk. So Riley posted it. They took it. They posted on. They shared it on their page, and you're saying that you would not have been better off if Riley had tagged you, and then they shared it, and then you had a tag on their page somehow.
No. Why? Because they have more followers. You know what helped me? Is that she then made me do her mom's hair. And then she called me
No,
every 2-3 weeks to do it over. I don't
yeah,
care. That's what I'm trying to tell
that's
you.
all.
If as my, let's stick to the relationship, like for real.
No,
I don't
because
want to. This is
Thank you,
weird.
lovely. I was about to say we're going
Can I
too
just like
deep
for
into
real?
her
Because I'm
relationship.
starting to get irritated. And
Hold
so
on.
hold on, hear me out.
Don't get irritated.
Let's stick to the relationship.
Right,
And when it
listen.
comes to the
now she's
relation,
upset because I'm
I'm not
asking
upset about
questions.
anything.
Uh,
No, I
hey,
said I'm getting irritated because I'm
She's
repeating the same
Right.
irritated.
thing.
Charlie,
And
hold
now
on.
I
you're cutting
definitely
me off. Just let me
I
Hold on, y'all.
talk.
understand.
Hold
I
on, y'all.
understand
Listen,
exactly what you're saying.
Fuck.
hold on, y'all. Listen. It's okay. He's asking questions to gain an understanding.
That I've
Now,
already answered, Will, and he's getting off topic.
listen for a second.
I need to
I'm not
talk about algorithms between Raw Ali and the Shade Room. Like, give me a fucking break.
listen. He's asking questions so that he can gain an understanding. If you don't want to provide him the understanding, that's cool.
Well, I've already answered the questions. He keeps asking the same question.
Listen, he's not asking the same question. What's happening is that there's an interruption in what he's asking, and sometimes more information is furnished than what is asked. And I think oftentimes when people furnish more information, the person wasn't asking for that information, and by the time they get to that information, someone will say, I already answered that, and they're like, well, I didn't ask you that yet. So I think it works best if we limit the response to just what the question is. For example, I got a little lost because I'm trying to figure out all this stuff, but I think what he's saying is that we're caught up because we're hearing you say that men compete with their,
Hmm.
and now we're hearing an opportunity for your post for you to be basically highlighted, not featured, but highlighted on the shade room because of the other lady posted it and the shade room picked up the post. And then instead of him congratulating you, he said the other stuff, which I didn't catch what the other stuff was. I'm assuming it was negative stuff. And I guess that is a form of competition now. Is that what we're saying? That he was jealous and he was hating and he was competing? Is that the claim that you're making?
That's what I said was he was hating. He was
Hmm.
my nigga. He was my man. And I
Hmm.
accomplished something. And instead of him highlighting or even saying congratulations, he decided to say what he thought could have been better, and it wasn't.
Hmm.
Literally, that's why I'm saying to now have the same argument is a little odd to me. And sticking to the relationship aspect of this question, I mean, because if we want to talk about men on social media just oddly comparing themselves and competing in conversation with women, I mean, we can do that. But since we're talking about relationships, as my man, especially I have supported you and I've shown you when you were right when he was writing his clients down on a little piece of paper or receipt paper, and I showed him how because I was doing bookings and online shit, and I showed him, and I didn't hate on him. In a relationship, you supposed to put that pride the fuck down, put it to the side, go sit in a corner
Okay.
somewhere by yourself, talk to your mother, but don't take it out on your female.
So
Hey,
I think
so I
this.
have a
Go ahead,
Chief, I
Chief.
read
Go
your
ahead.
comment
no.
just
I
now. I
just
don't
wanted
think
to
that's
say
thorough
I just
to
wanted to
say that.
say this. It ain't gonna take that long. Just to bring it back to what we was speaking about as far as leaders. You know, a leader is one who makes commands. So, as it pertains to the guy that you was dealing with, would you consider him as your leader, even
At the
though he was
time, no, he wasn't my leader.
okay?
Mhm.
So this a little theory of mine, and I want to see how accurate it is. So, competition, a man in competition with his woman. You feel me? That's a sign of that's a feminine trait. That's a feminine sign. You know, and a woman that's in competition with her man, this is a masculine trait for a woman. Now, do you see that pertaining looking back on his character? Was he a little soft? Because I know people in real life that's in competition with they woman, with their baby mama, and exactly the examples that you given, I see that in real life with people I know personally. Well, something that happened good for a woman and her man is he looking at he's pessimistic, you know, always looking at something, you know, to down a person on. So how was that theory aligning up with your relationship?
So,
Meaning that
in order to compete, normally you comparing, right? So, if he felt like he's been doing something longer and putting more effort, and he wanted to get to that place, like maybe he wanted to be on the shade room. It just happens. We're in a competitive industry. It happens.
right.
It's
And
not like rocket science.
the main thing he was jealous, and of course jealousy and envy are first cousins. So if he's jealous of you, he's looking at the good things that's happening to you, you feel me, as if it's why her and not me. And then
Yes,
that jealousy eventually develops into envy, where
yes,
he'll start to feel like he losing a certain level of recognition or attention once
yes,
you pop up. Okay,
exactly.
okay, that's simple.
Man,
Yeah,
I honestly,
Chief,
I don't know how you took all of that from
Because he was
just that one.
listening
no,
silently.
Chief, I don't think what you just did was thorough at all.
I literally, I was not talking. I listened to everything you said, and I
No,
don't
you didn't. You were
understand how.
listening with the intent to ask another question, which is what he
Hold on,
was
hold
not
on, hold
doing.
on,
I didn't
lovely.
even.
Let him,
I don't even know if you know who you talking to because I'm
That's
not
It
Gotti,
asking
doesn't
you
lovely.
anything.
matter. It doesn't matter.
hold on, lovely. Let him say what he got to say.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
understand how he extrapolated all of that from that little bit of information that you just got of him
It's called
being
assuming.
jealous, envy. Bruh, can you just let me get this? All
No,
right, just
he
let me
was saying
finish speaking.
he was agreeing with you. He said it's called assuming. Let him just finish, y'all, with no interjection. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
All I'm saying is, from you to get jealous, envy, and all of this just off of that one act is crazy. That is insane. There's nothing in that story that says anything about jealousy. If you try to read in between the lines and try to add little critiques, or you might have other things behind that for her to say that, but just from that right there, nah, I can't give you jealous and envy and all of that extra shit.
Well,
That doesn't
can
correlate.
we have to talk about relationships because I think there's a much bigger conversation at hand in regards to this topic. And I could be wrong, but I feel like the brother with the two women on the sides of him, I don't think he's pressed for female
Nah,
attention,
I
right?
just
So,
the reason it was easy for me to understand what you were saying is because I
right,
see it happening in real life with people I know,
right,
cousins, best friends
exactly.
of mine. You
Can I
feel me?
put my
Jealous of their
input?
own women. Yeah, I see it
I
happening.
didn't
So
I didn't get jealousy or competition. I got prideful. And only based off it kind of reminded me of my mom and dad because my mom was the breadwinner, and it could be a little bit of insecurity, but the fact that my mom always wanted to go to school, she always wanted to do things, and it took away from my dad to be the provider that he needed and wanted to be. So it came off to me like more prideful. I learned that just watching men when they're not able to provide at the level that they want to, and then when a woman don't need nothing for them, yeah, it sounds sexy when Jamie Foxx said it. Oh, I like it when she don't need nothing, but in reality, I've learned that that's not always the case. It's like they want to be needed, and when we're not needing them, it can be hurtful. I could be wrong, but that's what I got from that. I'm not saying what he did was right, but it sounded like he was more prideful and he couldn't be the one providing you. You were providing yourself. You really didn't need him. He was just there.
Mm. Okay, so something
You
that
were just
sometimes
listening to
people
respond.
no, so
You wasn't listening.
bro, like, Will, let your friend know I'm not the one. Um,
I think
and
You
so
were just listening to respond. You wasn't listening.
I,
think
my
what should happen.
God.
Hold on, guys. I think what should happen is somebody makes a claim, makes a point, or whatever, and they sit back and they let people respond to what they said. But obviously, it is work best if you guys repeat what the person said, so they know that you're listening to them. And then if you didn't repeat it right, they can correct it. Or if you did repeat it right, then you get to respond to it, and then
You're
you
right.
can
I
make
didn't
your
do that.
claim, and then people can then have the dialogue. Because what we could do is recenter it real quick, okay? So we're talking about leadership, and men are the leaders. That's what Gotti. That's what you alluded to. Now I'm gonna just go around the room really quick. Dope. I'm gonna go with Dope, then Jasmine, Lovely, and then Chief because Gotti already gave his answer. So the question is: are men the de facto leaders? De facto leaders means that person is put in position of power. Like there's no law, there's nothing giving him that power, but he's just automatically inserted in that position of power. He doesn't have to earn it. It's just like his right. So dope. Do you think men are?
Yeah, we are.
What about you, Jasmine?
No.
Lovely?
What was the question?
Are men the de facto leaders?
No.
Okay. What'd you say, Chief?
wait, man, what was the question? One more time. I was muted, bro.
Are men the de facto leaders?
I'm some of them are, but definitely
No. Men in general, like not some, like men. So when boys are born, and girls are born, So the boy is going to be the leader and the girl is not going to be the leader.
I mean, definitely that's yeah. But what you mean de facto? Can you break that down?
by default.
All right. So
By default. Okay. Yeah, for sure. I can agree with that.
okay, now why? So we're gonna go around the room again. Real dope. I'm gonna go to real dope and you, and real dope, Gotti, and you, because real Gotti didn't say yes to the de facto leaders, so to speak, but he said like in general. Gotti, weren't you were alluding to the men are the leaders, weren't you?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's your position, right? I just want to make sure I'm not putting words in your mouth.
yeah.
Okay, so I would like real dope to answer, then Gotti, and then Chief. So why are men the leaders?
Okay, for several reasons, I think that we're better equipped naturally to be leaders as far as the way that we think and the way that we're able to separate emotion and operate from a place of logic and ration. I think that we tend to have that ability, even if men are raised around women and they kind of lose that. And next to that, I would say that we're the protectors, and there's no way that you can protect something that you don't control and something that you don't have, something that doesn't obey you or take your leadership or your they don't pretty much listen to you. You can't control, you can't protect anything that doesn't listen to you, because the number one way to protect anything is to teach it. So that's my opinion.
Well, you said something that I wanna address. You said you can't protect something that doesn't follow you. I think you said follow you. I went to grab my pad because I said normally I have my pen and pad and I didn't have it. I was ill prepared. So um if a person is not following you, are you their leader?
You can just not be doing a good job leading
How can you be their leader if they're not following you?
because you're doing a poor job leading. You ain't. It ain't. I'm about to say it ain't an option. It's an option, but like you the leader. Do better. Get up and get
But
her get her in compliance.
is it possible though? I see I'm of the position it's not even possible to be someone's leader if they don't follow you.
Exactly. Because that's the question I posed earlier. How can you be a leader without any followers? Meaning a leader is the one in charge. You feel me? The one that makes commands too. If no one's listening to you or following, your commands, how are you a leader? It's just a self-proclaimed title that people are attached to because it makes them feel good and gives them confidence. But as it pertains, oh my bad, my bad. You know what? Let's go on order because I was just finna go into the question you asked: why are man leaders? But I definitely don't want to, cut in on nobody else's time. My bad.
Okay. I think Gotti would be okay with you yielding and going first. I mean, with him yielding and you going first. I mean, you're already there, so
Yeah,
go ahead.
you good. You can go ahead. You can go ahead and finish what you were saying.
For
But
sure.
that was
I
smooth. That was
definitely
real
agree.
good. SOD.
I
No,
definitely agree.
it's SOD. Yeah, no, he implemented the SOD, but we're giving him grace and giving him the floor because it's all good.
Oh, for
We're doing it
sure.
in a respectful way. I appreciate all of y'all professionalism and y'all respect and letting everybody try to get their thoughts out. So go ahead, Chief. You got the floor.
For sure. I'm just be real quick. So, when dealing with wild man leaders, they most likely to be perceived as leaders. From this is a cultural and historical, perception that people give the men, and I understand everything the brother was saying, and I definitely agree with it. Those were some good reasons that solidifies a man of taking that title as a leader. But this is also looked as can be looked at as a stereotype. You feel me? And this is saying men are the leaders of the planet is a stereotype because most men don't have the qualities of even leading. They need, matter of fact, most men are followers. So if I'm a follower, how can I be a leader? So that's it. It's this can be looked at as a stereotype too. Once you look at how many men are actually leaders.
I mean, I, anybody got any pushback? Because I don't know. I think men are only the leaders, or referred to as the leaders, have a scapegoat to blame somebody when things go south. Because my
Mm,
thought process is this: My thought process is this. The leader doesn't have to run things by the follower. If you are following, I don't have to run things by you. You're following me for a reason.
Facts.
You want the onus to be on me. You want the responsibility to be on me. You expect me to have the vision. Now, what I would tell you is that what I witnessed, what I've experienced in my relationships, what I've experienced watching other people's relationships, what I experienced from listening to people and what they say online, and then I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna pass the floor to Gotti. What I hear happen is that women tend to say, I want a leader. I want
Hey,
a leader.
Will, let me ask you this though, Will, real quick. Do you think the patriarchal society we live in is a contributing factor to why men looked at as leaders? Or
I
you
don't
think it's just lays just solely on the women using the man as a scapegoat? Because
I,
we do live in a patriarchal society.
but I don't think we do. I think legally we live in a patriarchal society on paper.
Mm,
But I
okay.
think structurally we live in a matriarchal society.
Mm,
Well, I'm
that's
sorry.
dope. That's dope
Structurally,
for sure.
structurally we live in a patriarchal society. Legally, we live in a matriarchal society. Because if legally we lived in a patriarchal society, men wouldn't be getting in trouble the way they get in trouble. Men get in trouble when there's a conflict with women. Women rarely get in trouble. Notice I just said conflict. I didn't say what type of conflict. There's not a conflict that a man can engage with a woman and come out of that unscathed. Can you tell me one kind of conflict a man can have with a woman legally and come out of it unscathed? Anybody? We live legally,
It's crickets.
legally, we live in a matriarchy. Structurally, we live in a patriarchy. But people don't people don't yield to structure. They yield more to order than structure, right? Structurally is like, okay, you get these blueprints. Like IKEA, right? IKEA will tell you, hey, this is put this leg here, put this headrest here, whatever. Put if you're building a chair or a bed or whatever you're building, a dresser, a desk. The 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 instructions is the structure of how it's supposed to be. The order, you don't necessarily follow order because they'll give you the order of how you're supposed to build it. And we'll be like, I'm gonna put this leg over here and I'm gonna do this. And we do things out of turn. We might tighten a bolt too tight. And then when you try to put something else on there, it won't fasten quite the right way. And you got to go loosen things so it can fit. So the order of how things go varies from person to person. Structurally, you're not supposed to violate the structure. The structure is how it's supposed to work. If it's a chair, you need
That's
to
a
pour it
fact.
in the
That's a
back,
fact.
right?
It's like if we just go to the grocery store and ask 100 people, the question, why who are the leaders, a man or a woman? Most of the first answer gonna be the men from the normal person, and I
Yes.
think the reason for that is because we live in a patriarchal society, and it's influencing gender bias. You feel me? So
No, no,
uh,
no. No, 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 no. Listen to this. Listen to this real quick.
go ahead.
The first thing they're going to tell you, we live in a patriarchal society because structurally, that's how we look at things. We look at
Right.
God, man, children, right? Structurally, that's how we look at it. But that's not how we do it as far as the order.
The
Because
order. I like that.
think
Yep.
about this. Women, if you as a woman lived in a patriarchal society and the society favored men, you wouldn't want to leave the covering of a man and be uncovered, especially with the burden of having children tagging along with you. It makes you vulnerable. You now need to go earn a living. You didn't have to earn a living before, not necessarily because the man is in your life. If the man is in your life,
Mm-hmm.
necessarily have to maintain a living because the man has adopted in this patriarchal structure. The man understands in general that he needs to be a provider. Now, help me understand how a person who doesn't have to provide would opt to be a provider. And in patriarchal structure, a patriarchal society, I'm sorry, where they make the claim that women don't get paid as much. Why would you want to trade in not having to work to have
Exactly.
to work and to get paid less to do the same work?
I'm gonna tell you why, because it sound, that's a close, I think, if I am mistaken, you referring to like feminism. That's what the feminine movement was about, women having equal rights. But from my understanding, that movement was only supported by single women. The married woman didn't want to, they wasn't a part of the feminist movement. They didn't want to be equal to their man. They was cool, but they was well taken care of. The single woman, you feel me, wanted to be getting paid the same amount as the men because they needed help. So that's the reason for that. Like you said, the married woman at home taking care of the house, she was good. She ain't want to start working. Let the men go out there and do that, and they take care of the crib.
It was single white women. It wasn't
Single
just
white
single.
woman, say that. Yep.
Like, we got to be clear,
Well,
because black women have already been working throughout time in America through slavery.
well,
So
well, let's put a pin in it real quick and let's get Gotti's take on it, then come right back to where we are. Go ahead, Gotti. Why do you think men are the de facto leaders?
Well, just to piggyback off of what homeboy said, I don't know his name. What he said about
Chief Walnut.
when he said, I think when he said about the qualities and different things we bring, I believe that we would be better suited to fill that position.
Oh, that was what Real
You
Dope
talking
said.
about me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all
So,
right, so
Hush.
yeah, my bad. I don't know y'all name. My bad. Real
uh-oh.
dope.
Oh, that's Willie. I was like, uh-oh, we got some trouble in the house.
My bad, G. My bad, G. My bad, bro.
Hey, hold on. We're gonna come to you in 1 second, Willie.
Take your time, big dog.
And welcome, brother, and appreciate you for coming through. So, ladies and gentlemen, actually, yeah, take a second and hit the like button if you haven't. We might take a little a 10-second intermission. Everybody go hit the like button. Everybody subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and understand that we do things a little different over here. I want to kind of put it out there so y'all kind of know what's to expect over here. One is we want to establish SOD, that's structure, order, and decorum. Obviously, things are going to get testy from time to time, and obviously, we're going to get a little rambunctious and overtalk people or be a little rude and inconsiderate and maybe even disrespectful, but we don't want none of that to happen over here. So we're going to try to exercise as much as SOD as possible, and also make sure we understand what this channel is all about. This channel really is about helping women get the results that they want and helping some dudes get the results that they want. Notice what I said, helping women get the results that they want and helping some dudes get the results that they want. This channel is mainly for women who are tired, broken, lonely, weary, frustrated, can openly admit that they don't know what they're doing and that they need help. Therefore, for you married women, this channel is not for you. You can consume it, you can enjoy it, you can chime in, you can have discussions. Our girl Jasmine is married. This channel is not for her. Now she's here. Notice I didn't kick her off the stage. I didn't say she can't come up. I didn't say she can't chime in. She could give perspective. But at the end of the day, if this rhetoric is not for Jasmine, we don't need Jasmine over here telling us how we wrong and this, that, and the third, because this message is not for her. For you women who are happy the women are actually in a relationship, this rhetoric is not for you. This channel is not for you. For the women who are single, actively dating on the open dating market and getting the results that they say that they want, this channel is not for you.
Babe, what would you do if you were chat with your single girlfriend?
Say
Like,
what? Willie, you talking to us or you mute? You trying to be muted?
my bad, bro. I thought I was muted because I'm on the phone.
Oh, okay. So look, if this channel is not for you, please save us all of the commentary in the comment section. We don't know what we talking about, this, that, and the third. Why don't you just go listen to the women who are broken, weary, frustrated, lonely, tired, and openly admit that they do not know what they're doing and that they need help? Who is talking to them? Who is advocating for them? Who is helping them? Nobody but me. So do us all a favor and get off my back. If you don't like what I'm saying, come up, cam up, have an open discussion, push the envelope and challenge me a little bit. If my message can't stand critique, then I gotta walk it back. I gotta change it. But guess what? If you cannot articulate yourself well enough to prove me wrong and prove there's a better way to do it, and I just don't want to hear from you. I don't care what you have to say. I really don't. Now you can send a super chat when we get to that point. You can send a cash app when we get to that point. But for right now, I don't care. All right, so Gotti, back to you. You say that you agree with what Real Dope said, but you guys are saying that because we're probably better at doing things, that makes us the leaders. But how many women subscribe to us just because we're better at doing things? Do
Well,
they
you said
just
de facto. That's the word that kind of is why I said what I said.
right? But still, to be the de facto leader, you still have to have a follower. If you don't
I
have a
don't think
follower,
so, because the way you defined it earlier, to my understanding, I thought that it was saying that this is just like default. You are the leader. However, it doesn't mean that people, have to abide by
no.
that. But you,
No. They have to abide by it, Real Dope. You just don't have to have credentials to say you deserve it. That's what it's saying. It's not saying that no, it's literally saying, hey, woman and man get together. No matter how credentialed she is, he is still the leader. He has no credentials, but he's still the leader.
that's what I believe.
Do women believe that? They're the ones who determine it, not us.
That's a good question. It's like they say one thing and then they do another. So it's like you gotta think about that.
But de facto is in fact, in practice, you are the leader. Is that the case? At least is that the case? I don't want to talk globally for a second. I want to just talk about in the Black community. Is that the case in the Black community?
I don't think in practice, no.
Okay, then it's not de facto then.
I'll
See,
accept
maybe
that.
in some Asian cultures, it is the men are the de facto leader. Because no matter how insignificant, no matter how bad they are, and I'm not saying in China, because in China it is crazy over there. Men are getting treated worse. Black men think they get treated bad. Chinese men get treated way worse than black men. Chinese men are getting dogged out. Those women are almost impossible to deal with. Where was we at? So we talked about the de facto leader. It was a point I was making. Oh, we're talking about the patriarchy. Hey, Willie, you with us? Do you believe that we live in a patriarchal society?
No,
Okay, explain and give whatever commentary you want on it. Because
I don't think.
go ahead.
I don't think that we live in a patriarchal society just because men built everything or men run most things or men are the most efficient at doing so. I would say that it's more so of a matriarchal because that's the class of women or people who are protected the most, who have the lowest standards or who are also have the lowest metrics and also seem to have the lowest expected of them. So I think that with that being the case, we can't say that we're in a patriarchy because men are expected to do things. I want to give Chief Why Not huge credit because he pointed out, saying that the gender role of a man being a leader is a stereotype. There are way too many stereotypes that men are held to as far as what we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to do it, how we're supposed to look at things, how we're supposed to talk to people. We have too many things that we're judged by, and for us to live in a patriarchy when women or our counterparts don't have those same things. They don't have those same metrics they have to live up to. All we expect women to do is be chaste, feminine and loyal and respectable. But if they choose to not be any one of those things, there's a large echo chamber for, masculine women that can go in there and support other masculine women. There's a large echo chamber for whores that want to support other whores. So with men, we don't have those echo chambers. We don't have an echo chamber of people talking about, yeah, it's cool for a dude to be soft, weak, and feminine, unless you're talking about the alphabet community. But outside of that, even still, there's nothing for us that allows us to find comfort or placate ourselves as far as us not living up to our stereotypical gender roles.
Yeah. So look at this flyer that I created for some it's a visual, right? So men are expected to be strong, be tough, to be a leader, but don't complain. We're expected to lead, provide, don't cry, figure it out, never fail. What happens when the world demands more than a man can give? Men are expected to lead, to suppress his feelings, to carry the weight for everyone. And when he struggles, he's told to man up. He's told he's not good enough. That's not strength. This is silence. This is burnout. Guys is out here. Guys is out here burning the wick at both ends. Guys are out here killing them to provide. And no matter how much he provide, like Willie, what you just said, and what Chief said, when in this patriarchal society where men have built everything, men run everything, men have to be competent to make all these things function. Yet a woman gets a pass for her inadequacies. A woman gets handicapped. She get like to be on the police force, fire department, to be in the military. Women don't have the same regulations that they have to meet that men have to meet, and yet they get the same job, they get the same pay. And then what's crazy is they have the audacity to claim that there are equals. Think about that. You are equal when you are insufficient. Men are sufficient, women are insufficient, yet we're considered equals. And it's crazy because a patriarchy wouldn't do that. A patriarchy wouldn't make a woman who's clearly a subordinate to a man equal to a man. In structure, in structure, we are a patriarchy. In order, we're not a patriarchy. The order of things, women, courts seem favorable on women in almost any capacity. Hey, Willie, can you give me any example that you can think of where where a man can enter into a conflict with a woman that will involve the legal system and he comes out of it unscathed? Now, we're not talking about rich men who could just pay for an outcome. We're talking about average Joe guy and plain Jane girl, John Doe and Jane Doe. If they enter into any type of conflict, I don't care what the conflict is, can you give me any example where the legal system will look favorably upon the man?
The closest I could get would be like a business matter, but that's the exception to the rule, because that's just more about evidentiary precedents and standards. But I can't think of anything in a regular world where a man would be able to escape unscathed without having some sort of damage. Even a guy who reports a woman for domestic abuse he's going to take a huge reputational hit, because he's crazy. Why are you crying? Why are you getting beat up by a girl? Or the guys that say, the women abuse them sexually, they take a reputation hit because, you liked it. You know what she was doing. Oh, if you didn't want to do it, she wouldn't have got hard. So I don't think there's any space where a man can enter into any type of conflict-driven situation with a woman and then not take a hit at some point.
I mean, anybody else? Oh, hold on. Let me take another second. Give a shout out. Look, y'all, my goal was 15 people to join the live stream. We've had probably on average about 15 people consistently in here. Right now we're at 20. I want to thank y'all very much for rocking with your boy. Look, this really isn't my thing, guy. Hosting is not my thing. My thing is being on the panel with other people, chopping down their perspective, or adding some commentary, giving some new perspective. When you're hosting it, there's a lot going on. I'm not in the comment section like that. When people are making a request to come up, people sitting in the green room, I don't even know y'all backstage. I apologize to everybody, but I also want to say thank everybody for showing up. Thank everybody for rocking out with me. I got about 16 more minutes before I end it. If anybody wants to cam up, the link is pinned. Feel free to come up and join in. Just understand we have about 15 minutes left. I want to thank everybody who is rocking with me, who came up on stage, and everybody's giving their commentary and their perspective. We will get better. We will get a tighter show over time. For the time being, we're talking about this word leader. And I just don't think that most men are leaders. And I think everybody keep putting that leadership tag on men to hold them accountable for something when things go south. Making men.
I think that people got to remember that you have to be given an opportunity to be a leader. A lot of these men don't know how to lead women because they don't even have access to women in order to lead them. Leadership is not something you learn in a book or you learn in school. It's something you have to learn by doing. and most men aren't even afforded the opportunity to be in a position of leadership. Go back to when we were in school. How many of us was ever team captain for something? How many of us was ever class president? How many of us ever ran from some sort of other organization that we were actually a leadership position in? Even the people who are in the military, a lot of the times we aren't put in positions of leadership, regardless of what our rank is. So we can't say that like it's. I think if people understood that part, or especially women understood that men, you can't expect the men to be something that they've never had they've never had an opportunity to be. Like nobody is born a leader. Nobody is born understanding what it takes to lead subordinates. Nobody is born inherently with the knowledge of what it takes to say and have a woman be submissive to him. Um, yeah, I mean, we can if you want to argue this point. I mean, nobody's born a natural leader because to be a leader, you have to be able to walk, talk, and function. So some people just learn the aspects of leadership easily, but nobody is born anything. You're a baby. Like it's like saying you're no more born a leader than you can be born gay. So that's I mean, just from the psychology
Oh,
of learning.
Willie.
But
Oh, Willie.
from
No,
Oh,
from
oh.
I think
I,
I
I
think
have
you
a
can be.
question for real dope, and I think it was Chief Gotti. Are y'all saying that just because a man is a man, he's automatically a leader based off he can just do more?
No, I'm saying that. So for one aspect of it is, do you believe that men are the protectors?
Do I believe men are the protectors? The protectors of
You,
what? Just we're still in relationships, so yes,
let's say I'm with a woman. Do you believe I'm her protector? Do you believe I'm responsible for her safety?
yeah. If she gives it to you,
So I want to ask you that question again. If me and a woman are in a relationship, do you think that I'm responsible for her safety? So, for example, if somebody broke into our house that night, and I'm laying on the right side of the bed because I'm closer to the door, just in case anybody breaks in, do you think that I'm responsible to go downstairs and neutralize that threat?
I'm gonna just say yes.
Okay. So, in order for me to be responsible for your safety, you have to listen to me. You have to
But
listen to the
protecting and
guidance.
leading is not the same thing.
It's an aspect, but I'm just this is just one angle. I got another angle. I'm gonna take two, but this is just one of them. If it's my job to protect you, you have to adhere to what I say to you, right? Because the best way for me to protect you is not to be reactive; it's to be proactive. Why do your parents tell you to get inside before the street lights come on? It's not because I just want you in the house. It's because bad things happen after dark. They know who come out after dark. Your parents teach you certain things so that if they're not there in that situation, because most cases I will not be there with you for the rest of your life, right? And one day I won't be here. You have to learn these things from me to better protect yourself, and so that I can make sure that you have the best chance at safety when I'm not around. So that's the best way for me to protect you versus somebody just kind of like you having a big brother that you can call after you get your ass whooped, by a nigga. That's different. It's better that I teach you how to vet men versus like, all right, just pick whoever you want, and I'll be over there to whoop anybody ass after they put hands on you, right? So that's just one aspect of leading because men are the protectors. So then you have to obey them, in order to get the most out of their protection. The
But
other angle
you
is,
don't
oh, I'm
have
sorry,
to be my leader to protect me.
I do.
Like, okay.
I'm
So do
tell
you
me, I'm
believe
sorry,
that police?
tell me what
Hold
I'm.
on. So
I agree
okay.
with
Do
her.
you
I
believe
agree
police
with her on that.
officers are leaders?
I'm sorry.
Do you believe police officers are leaders?
Yes.
Actually,
When
they're
you
not.
when
They're
when
actually
you
supposed
when
to
you
serve. They're not
when
supposed
you
to lead.
when a leader is a servant, but hold
sit down.
on. When
Okay.
you are, and I say it all the time, the leader is the number one servant. However, when you are in the presence of a police officer, he's serving you, but you have to do what he says. Whenever he gives you a lawful order, you don't have an option,
So
right?
okay. So let me correct myself. They're an enforcer. That doesn't make their leaders.
They're
A
an
You
police
authority.
have a
officer's
leader.
job is
You
to
have a
protect
leader
and
that
serve.
makes the rules on his choice, and you have somebody who enforces it. Law enforcement are not leaders. They enforce the law. They
A
don't
police
make
off
the law, and they can't change the law. They
whenever you
enforce
are
it.
whenever you are in the presence of a police officer, you have to obey his lawful commands for a
Yeah,
reason,
lawful commands. Right.
because that's
Enforcing law.
yes, because they're enforcing the law. When I'm in a relationship with a woman, there's not just I'm not just it's not just a free for all. No, there are laws, there are rules here. You have to be operating in accordance of what my rules are. It's the same
Oh,
thing.
okay, so I guess what I'm really asking is the leadership trait only for men.
I mean, women can have leadership traits, like be the same way that a men cannot have any leader traits. You know, you can have those traits within you. There's some women who are better at leading than others.
Women
Everybody's
can
not.
women can effectively lead men. Women can effectively lead nations. Women can effectively lead most
Are
other
you
women.
saying can't or can?
Cannot or not
Okay.
capable of.
But it,
History has shown that the current status of black women has shown that the fact that there's typically no moral role models for black women right now has proven that. When I was growing up, we had Claire Huxtable. When these young girls now, they got Cardi B.
So wait, how did history prove that when they never allowed it?
There's been several instances where women were in charge, and every one of those civilizations has fallen at a rate that didn't take as long as their comparative male contemporaries.
I'm not a
So
history buff, so you would have to give me like an example and
the
something I
Woman
can
King.
research.
The Woman King. The movie just came out. Perfect example.
Well, I could give you a better example than the Woman King because you would still have to be like some sort of historian to kind of understand that stuff. Think about this right now. We live in a democracy where we vote. Women have been on the ballot. You ladies are not voting for them. You guys, the population is 50% women. You would think that a woman, and then we have male panderers, we have male feminists. So effectively, there's more people that will align with the female agenda, but most women in America still understand they want to be underneath a man's rule. And so when it comes to when the rubber meets the road, they're going to acquiesce. Now, they're not necessarily going to fully submit, but they will acquiesce to certain aspects of it. Because just like men, think about the average woman will claim that the man is the leader in the household. Why? So when things go south, they have someone to blame.
Look at black women, or look at women in the workplace, not even black women, but if we're focused on our women, typically in the workspace and corporate spaces, black women make the worst managers known to management. If you look at who gets the most complaints, who their employees have the what do you call the most confrontational relationships with, it's a black female manager. It's just not, women aren't meant to lead, they're meant to support and nurture. They're meant to supplement, complement, not supplement. And a lot of the time when we think that these women can lead things, that's why, again, like you just said, everybody was pro Kamala Harris, but they didn't vote for her. Everybody was pro Hillary Clinton, but nobody voted for her. Like every time, nothing is stopping you guys from being worth voting for. It's just that y'all not doing it. And
So are we incapable by nature that for us to be loving? Because I've worked under women managers and
anecdotal.
I'm sorry.
No, you can.
You can.
Hold
I
on.
mean, I've had.
Let her
So
finish put the whole question out there so we can make sure we answer it thoroughly. What's the question, Jasmine?
Are women incapable by nature to be leaders?
Go ahead, Willie. I'm gonna chime in after Willie.
Yeah, that's not what y'all are supposed to do. You were never meant to be a leader. If God wanted y'all to be leaders, He'd have made y'all first. If He would have put you in positions like you guys have always had a supplementary role to men, and then just for men, being led by a woman is probably one of the worst things we can say. I'll give you from a military standpoint. If a woman will, if you have someone, you go on a war. I'm not trying to follow somebody who's out here on patrol, who's never seen combat before, who's never done all this stuff, who has a lower standard to get to where I am than I do. Because my standard is I have to meet these physical standards because I have to be able to pick Will up if he gets shot. I have to be able to pick you up if you get shot in the face. You couldn't pick me up in a combat situation if your life depended on it, which it does. But now not only does your life depend on it, so does mine, and so do the rest of the people in our platoon. So the problem that I have with like when women try to lead men is that they're always trying to lead them as if they're equals. I lead people who are significantly better than me in my business because I employ them. Like I'm their employer, so I lead them, but they're better at me at the job that we're doing. If women would approach leadership that way, they would probably fare a lot better than they do by just trying to say, well, anything a man can do, I can do better, or I can do just as well. Because there may be things that you guys can do that we can do that you guys do. Also, the problem is you can't do it the way we do. And a lot of the times, the way that we do things are the best and most efficient ways to get things done.
So what I'll say, I'm gonna give Willie just a little bit of pushback, even though I agree with everything he's saying. The little bit of pushback is this. Yes, Jasmine, women can be leaders because it's a learned skill. Boys are not born leaders. They have to learn to become leaders. It's just that you guys don't have the sustainability to lead the proper way. You guys are always going to find a way to convolute leadership. And men will have a hard time yielding to a person who cannot do what they're asking of him to do. It's going to be very difficult for like Willie said, in combat. If a body drops, that body needs to be brought back. You can't just leave that body like it's debris. If you had a platoon full of women, how many soldiers are in an average platoon, Willie?
It depends. I mean, they have like the way the Army does it is different. Obviously, Navy just deploy with them, but it depends. So we'll say like if you're going on a patrol squadron, you're going between 4 and 6 people out there. So if it's me and 5 other people, I don't want to be with 5 women.
That's what I was just going to say.
I would refuse.
If Willie had so take the leader out, right? Because if you got a woman who's a leader, that means the subordinates, whoever is underneath her, can be women too. Because it would be crazy to think that the only people she can lead is men. So if she can lead men, she can definitely lead women. So can you imagine a squadron of 6 people, Jasmine, 4 being women and 2 being men, but the men are taking orders from one of the women? Can you just in theory, can you imagine that in a combat situation?
Say the scenario again. How many?
In a combat situation, you have a squadron of 6 people, platoon of 6 people, 4 are women, 2 are men. Can you and the leader is a woman?
Can I imagine the men taking?
Can you even vision it? Just vision it. Forget.
Yeah, I can envision it. I mean, I see it, but as a reality.
No.
Oh no! I thought you were just saying like
imagination. Listen, just can you imagine? Not in reality, imagination world. In combat. And I'm talking about real war, not just in a make-believe scenario, but like what real war is like. Can you envision a squadron of 6 people, 4 being female, 2 being male, and the leader is a woman?
No, no.
You can't even imagine
it. When I do, it looks kind of weird, honestly.
Because you're forcing it, right? If you were to even visualize it, you will be forcing it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, this don't make sense. Nothing about this makes sense. I would not feel comfortable with being in a fire and the fire department showed up and it was nothing but women on the truck.
You're gonna die. That's why.
I wouldn't go to that extent, but okay.
So let me ask you this question. If somebody breaks in your house, right? It's 3 niggas breaking into your house and it's just you and your husband and your child, and you call the police. Do you want 3 female police officers to show up?
I've never thought that far before.
But no, that's why I asked you now.
Think that far right now.
Because
I don't know, honestly.
This is why females aren't leaders. You are about to make a bad decision because of an emotional thought.
Emotional thought. He asked me.
If you're using logic, you know damn well it doesn't even take you long to think that a woman. You do not want any female police officers to show up to save you from anything.
But I'm not thinking if we're talking. First of all, that is an emotional state. And if you're saying it, I'm not thinking like, oh, the 3 female officers are gonna go the fuck away. Like, what am I supposed to say? No, I'm not thinking it. So that's why I said I never thought that for. And I'm trained to use guns, and I'm trained to fight, and I'm trained to protect myself. So even if 3 men, I can handle myself pretty well. Not saying I might win.
Hold on. Listen, this is something that I not you personally, but I hate when women say this. They talk about their training. They say because they've taken karate class or they box, 2 or 3 times a week, or they wrestle, or they come from that background, right? This is what I need women to understand. There is nothing you as a woman can do that will save you from 3 men whose intent was to harm you. Nothing. You'll fuck one of them.
You brought up a movie that was not real.
I didn't bring up a movie that wasn't real.
The Woman King, even though that's like
that was based off a true story.
Okay, it's based off the true story. Okay. So
but stick to the example I gave you though.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
What?
I said I'm gonna leave it as that. I don't want to.
All right, y'all. We got 5 minutes. Look, check this out. Check this out real quick, Jazz.
Yeah.
So I think the examples that Real Dope and Willie are giving are good examples, but I like to give examples that I think women can really be honest. Because sometimes y'all try to be honest with like the police situations, but I think sometimes y'all pride get in the way and the equality aspect gets in the way. Think about this. The average woman in America, how tall is she? Do y'all know?
The average woman in
5'5",
America is
buck
I'm gonna say
67?
5'4", 5'5".
Like 5'5",
actually
167.
5'3",
I'm gonna say
5'4".
5'4".
Okay. So the average woman height in the US says 5 feet 3.5 inches.
Mm.
What was
That's the
it? 5'3"?
5 3.5.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, like 5'3", 5. Yeah.
So watch this. So we're gonna go average man height. The average man height is 5 feet 9 inches. So we basically got 5.5 inches of height. With that 5.5 inches of height, a lot more muscle comes with that 5.5 inches of height. So in the event that you're in a situation where there's a burning building, the building is falling apart, and trained professionals are coming to get you. Now, obviously, we can't say that all the firefighters are going to be 5'9" in height. Some will be 6'2", 6'3", whatever. We can't say that all the female firefighters will be 5'3" in height. Some will be 5'5", 5'6". But on average, the women ain't going to be 6 feet, 6'1", 6'2".
Right.
So would you want, because you've seen a fire truck, you've seen firefighters where it's nothing but men. There's not a woman in sight. 3, 4 fire trucks show up, all men. The paramedics on those fire trucks are men. Everybody's men. Now, if 3 fire trucks showed up to help save you, and it was all women, and it was all relatively the average height of women, because it's not uncommon to see firefighters 5'9", 5'10". But let's give the women a little bit of height. Let's give them a little bit of height incentive. Let's say they're 5'5", 5'6", even 5'7". So they're 3.5 inches taller than the average woman. Would you want to see 3 fire trucks of women 5'7" coming to rescue you? And keep in mind, your husband, and whoever else is your loved ones is trapped. Would you want to see a whole bunch of women coming to get y'all?
No, I would be little shots. Where's the men?
Why?
Hey, Will,
Yeah.
in future examples, have them say you want them. Who do you want to go save your adult son? That eliminates them from being able to obfuscate the truth and say, well, if I'm a woman, I don't mind, because sister helps stuff. But who do you want to go save your adult son? Your 6'2", 200-pound adult son. Do you want a bunch of 5'4"
I don't have
women?
kids, so I don't really want to
this is hypothetical. You're not in a fire either. But hypothetically speaking, you have children.
But I've been in a fire situation, so it's
that's not what we're talking about though. So hypothetically, the situation, you have a child, he's 6'2", 220 pounds. Do you want a fire department full of 5'4", 5'6", and 5'7" women to be the ones that go try to save him and put that fire out? As compared to the average male firefighter.
Because it's going to take more of them than one.
So then there's your answer. Who you want to come protect you when it's a police situation too. You don't want 3 women to come, because the same way those men are going to do you and your husband, they're going to do you and them 3 police officers too. Because apparently their intent is to harm you. So now if you have 3 male police officers come, I would bet everything that I have that you would feel a lot safer looking on your Ring camera while you're hiding in your closet. These dudes are looking for you, and you see 3 big brolic ass police officers show up as compared to 3 petite female police officers. Most police departments make female police officers call for backup anytime they're having interaction with the men anyway. You know why they do that? Because they know what happens to y'all.
They call back up right away.
I don't think women should be able to be police unless they're on the desk.
I don't think women should be law enforcement or firefighters.
If they are sitting at a desk, fool.
Or judges. My bad.
I don't think women should be cops or firefighters at all. Not one.
I don't think women should be able to own big dogs.
Well, you tripping now.
Well,
you mad.
Stop me right there, because that's
JoJo.
That's
a good segue to wrap this thing up, though.
Yeah,
come here,
wow,
baby.
Look,
You talk about.
Hold on, real quick, Will, before we go.
Go ahead.
Oh my God!
Hey, is that a Borbol or
an Argentina?
Is that an Argentina?
It's a Dogo Argentina.
Okay.
Wait, I missed it. What happened?
She
My
got a
Michelle,
dog. He
Dogo
said
Argentina.
once he said big dogs, I was like, oh wait a
Let
minute,
me see
I
your
can't
dog.
do
But
DT. I'm
Jasmine ain't no
too
little girl
this could
though.
athletic. I
be
can't do.
listen, I don't want nobody to own a dog if at worst case scenario, if he's not listening to you, you don't have the strength to pull him off of me. I
You're
don't think
right.
anybody
My
should be
dog
able to.
Jasmine
listen.
ain't no little
So
girl though. Jasmine ain't no slouch.
Listen, listen.
I'm
Have y'all ever seen a
5'7". I
video?
weigh 230 pounds. So yeah,
Listen,
actually, if my husband was her, I could pick his ass up.
have y'all
He's
ever
a
seen a
lot smaller
video?
than me.
Y'all ever seen a video of a woman trying to get her dog off of somebody?
Oh nah, I
Yeah,
don't
I
even.
just
But
posted one in the content creator chat.
Oh my
But I
god.
know how to do that though. I know I'm not fighting my dog. I know how to get my dog off. It's for
Okay.
real. You're not even supposed to try to beat a dog, man or woman, because pain tolerance is not like ours. You're supposed to
I'm
cut their
shooting him.
circulation off.
Hold on. Hey, Slick, I posted the link
right, get
multiple
out.
times, bro, and it's pinned to the top of the chat.
Thank you.
It's
I
so
said get
people-
out.
Let me
Appreciate
go.
Will,
you.
before we leave,
Go ahead.
Will, I
Go
wanted
ahead.
to Chief did something earlier that I gotta call it out. When he made that judgment call on a man based on what the woman was pretty much
Okay.
saying, I
Yep.
thought that was out of pocket, and I don't think that's thorough at all. I think that that's not how you any man should operate. I think we should be a lot more judicious when we're making a judgment on somebody, and we you gotta get the other side of the story. You gotta try and dig deeper for more details. And I think that he came to a determination that the man was being a hater or jealous of his woman, and I think that was out of line.
I don't think that's what he said. What he was
No. He
clarifying
posted a
what
comment.
she was saying.
No, I read his comment. He posted a comment.
Oh, he
and
posted the comment.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't read the comments. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
was just gonna say something he said. But no, I do
I
agree with you. I just think we was getting too deep into her
no,
love
he
when it
wasn't.
wasn't even about her.
No,
He was still on the surface.
the problem is this, Jasmine. When questions are asked, again, let's think about this real quick, Jasmine. Let's say you got 3 points you want to make, and I ask you a question, and you answer relative to the question I asked you, but then you give so much commentary that you actually make 3 of your points. Actually, let's say you got 5 points you want to make. You answer my first question, and you give so much commentary that it makes 3 of your points. Well, I'm not really keying in on point 3. I was keying for point 1 because I asked a question that correlates with point 1. Then down the road, I get to my third question and I ask it, and it correlates to point 3 that you've already made. You'll say, I've already said it. Well, my mind didn't pick it up per se because I was asking you about something else, and you volunteered so much more information that I couldn't retain all of the information. And so then people are like, I already answered it, and be like, I don't remember what you said. Well, I'm not about
and it gets confusing and muddled up because people were like, for me, just get straight to the point. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but
no, it's not straight to the point. It's answered the question that someone is asking.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But you shouldn't get frustrated. Think about this, Jasmine. If I got 10 questions for you, and you're like, well, I'm tired of answering questions, just get to the point. Well, don't you think it will help you understand my point a little bit better if we go through the series of questions? Because usually when you ask, get straight to the point, people oftentimes get offended because they don't really understand why you're asking, how would you draw to a certain conclusion. It's like you're not giving me an opportunity to even see if my point that I'm going to make.
No, not you will get straight to the point. I'm talking about when you ask a question and we don't answer directly. We have to go through all these extra stuff, and then people like, oh, I already answered the question. And it's like, I lost the answer 5-10 minutes into your answer. Like, when did you answer the question? That's what I mean by like,
you mean that person get to the point.
Yeah, like just answer the question. And a lot of times it saves us so much time if people just yes, no, yeah, no. Like,
I think people don't like yes and no questions. I don't know why. I think yes and no questions are phenomenal. But anyways, look, y'all, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I don't really want to go more than 2 hours. I think we should be able to effectively tackle a topic in 2 hours or less. And I think we did an okay job here. I think we need to revisit this at least 3 or 4 more times because I think people just have a bad understanding of what a leader is. And I think that people fail to understand that you cannot have a leader without a follower. And I have yet to meet a woman who said, I'm a follower. Hey, before we go, I want to round it out, ask y'all, hey, real dope, starting with you, Jasmine, then Willie, then Chief. Real dope. You ever heard a woman say she's a follower?
My woman.
Oh,
Yo, my woman.
Besides the exception.
My woman called me her dad the other day. I was
okay.
like,
but have
I
you
was
heard
like,
your woman? Have you ever heard another woman say she's a follower?
my last woman. It's like, nah,
Yo, he's a jerk, guy. Skip him. Moving on.
Yeah, no, I never. It would probably be a radical situation where a woman is obviously like a Mormon or something. But outside of that, hell no.
Okay, cool. So, Jazz, have you ever heard a woman profess that she's a follower?
No, I have not. And can I ask that real quick?
Go ahead.
I think as most from just being around women, it's easy to, like you said, we use it when we want it to be your fault, and more so when it's convenient for us. Because the moment we don't want to pay a bill, we don't want, oh, you the leader. The moment we don't want things, but when it comes to, hey, I need you to do something, I ain't gotta listen to you. So yeah, we don't know what we want.
Willie, you ever heard a woman profess she's a follower?
Just my mother.
Oh, shoot. Shout out to your moms. And
Shout
out to your lady.
I mean, my woman is all of them have been, so, but they just never
No,
came.
I'm not asking if they follow. Do they profess it? Do they say
hell
it?
no. No.
And not to you. Not to you.
No.
I'm just being in general.
No, fuck no.
Oh, okay.
No, you got a better chance of a girl telling you her body count than you got to hear her and tell her the truth.
Stop.
She's saying she's gonna be a follower.
Oh, you
Yeah,
say you gonna do that?
yeah, she'll give you the whole fast before she give you the just saying.
Yeah.
I only been with 2 people and I've been celibate for 10 years.
No, that's crazy. I don't think being celibate for 10 years, like you just let that vagina go to waste.
Oh,
You better get that shit to somebody.
Don't get Will started. That's another conversation.
Yeah. We go for it. I ain't gonna look. I'm gonna try to stay on topic on my live stream. Now on Instagram, we could derail. Why not? And shout out to the 24 people in here. Listen, if you wanted to be on the show and you didn't get a chance to be up, it's because I don't know why the link should be pinned to the YouTube channel, but I posted it in the chat room. What I'll do is periodically I'll spam the chat room with the link in the future. So Chief, why not? Real quick, you ever heard a woman profess that she's a follower? Chief, why not over there? Astro projecting.
No, Chief, why not got 2 girlfriends? He doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yep,
Did he hear them say it though? It's the question.
He gonna make him say it if he do it right.
Did he hear me earlier when I was
time to go to bed?
He didn't respond, so I don't think he heard you. He probably checked out. He probably doing something else.
I gotta talk to him about that.
Well, I'm gonna be the first. I'm a follower. I'll go to him.
Look at this. Look at this special snowflake right here. Look at this rare exception.
No decisions. We was in the car one day and I said, "Oh, can I park here?" He said, "The sign is right there." I was like, "But can you read it for me?" I'm asking you. Like, I go to him about everything.
All right, so look, y'all. I want to thank y'all very much. I'm gonna go ahead and drop y'all and then give my closing statements, man. And look, I just want to say I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna try to go live once a week, and then I'm probably do some impromptus. I'm trying to get off those social platforms like Instagram because it's just so whack. And if y'all ain't subscribed to your boy, subscribe, tap in with me because I want to talk about the things that y'all want to talk about. I want to talk about the things that propel the culture forward. So thank y'all. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, I do think also, I think it'll be helpful if you did, like, while we're having conversations, a lot of times we get passionate about another topic.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be helpful if you table that topic. Be like, yo, I see that y'all like this topic. We're gonna talk about this right after because that'll give you even that much more content to post, like chop up the show and just,
Absolutely. So look, man, we gonna do it all. But the one thing I'll tell you, man, is being in the driver's seat is different from just being a panelist. You're trying to be mindful. Like at some point, I'll get a moderator to help moderator. They can pin the comments. They can quiet people, mute people, ban people, or whatever the case may be. And then even check the green room. A couple of people was waiting in the green room and I didn't even know it. I wasn't even checking the back chat. I didn't even know that Willie was trying to come up. So these are just things that I'm going to work out over time. I'm not used to being in this position. And once I get acclimated to this position, then it'll be full steam ahead.
And turn on these super chats, bro.
He can't. He got to be
I
monetized probably,
got to get monetized first. I don't have enough followers.
Oh shit. Okay.
and
Yeah.
watch time and all that.
Yep, we'll get there though. We ain't worried about it. We'll get
Will,
there.
make if I was you, I would study the Anton Daniels method. You know, in terms of like, you know, because everybody want to hear what you got to say. So at the same time, it's like being able to manage the panel. They want to hear you.
Absolutely. We gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? This is my second stream. So I'm still trying to figure out how to put images on the screen and whatnot. Put music on. I gotta get my intro video. I got a lot of stuff I gotta do. I'll get there though. You know, but we said we're not gonna wait. There's so much content that we could be talking about and actually helping people get better. I was like, why hold this, man? I should have started my YouTube channel 5 years ago, but I didn't. So we here now, and we're gonna do what we do for the time being that God gave us, and then we're gonna make the best of it. But on that note, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Chief Why Not, my man Fat Bugatti, Miss Lovely Brown, my man Real Dope Daddy, Miss Jasmine Cherie, and my man Willie Mother effing Beeman. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. And you know, we're gonna tighten this thing up and we're gonna have some great content. I already know it, because if I got panelists like y'all coming around, Willie and Real Dope, I know y'all gonna drop jewels. Appreciate you, brothers. Y'all have yourselves a good one. I'm gonna drop y'all and give my closing remarks and let everybody know what we gonna be doing in the near future. So in the near future, my woman's gonna hopefully be a big part of this, helping me figure things out. I'm going to yield to her a lot of her likings. Like, she's responsible for my wardrobe. So if y'all see any clothes y'all like that I'm wearing, it's all her. 100% of the stuff I wear is the stuff that she selects. Now, that's today going forward. Anything yesterday and beyond, that was me. Or yesterday and before, that was me. Anything today and going forward, that's going to be her. We do have merch that y'all be able to get y'all hands on. We will have a lot of shirts. Y'all going to see a lot of the shirts that we're going to be having pretty soon. We're going to have other types of merch. We're going to have topics pertaining to practical things that we can do to be better. We will try to find special guests to come on to have good conversations with. Again, I'm not a great host. I'm great at being interviewed. I have shock value when I'm in the interview seat. I don't have shock value in the host seat. So you will see me join other panels and go to other people's shows. And that's when you're going to get the wild, crazy Will that you be like, oh, that's the Will I came to see. Over here on Picking and Choosing, you're going to get that SOD. Now, that's going to probably disappoint some of y'all, because some of y'all probably, I'm looking for the wild, crazy. No, I'm going to let you know right now. The wild and crazy Will, you're going to get that when I'm on other people's shows. Over here, we're trying to get you better. We're trying to prepare you to get to the next level in life, whatever that may be. So we're going to talk about topics that will help you progress in that way. I'm going to take more of a student approach. The things that I talk about, we're going to talk about things like tax code. We're going to talk about real estate. We're going to talk about dating. We're going to talk about finances. We're going to talk about careers. We're going to talk about education. We're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. Primarily, we're talking about stuff in terms of dating, relationships, marriage, and that kind of rhetoric. But we're gonna drop a little jewels here and jewels there, and we're gonna have people that come up that can help you in that capacity. If that's not what you're here for, if you're just here for the drama, it's not gonna be here. Notice y'all probably seeing me today. I'm not over talking people. I'm letting people get their shine off. I'm letting people talking, and I'm asking questions pertaining to what they say, because I want it to be constructive over here. I want people to be better over here. And again, if that's not for you, it's just not for you. I respect that. I don't have no problem with you going somewhere else to get the rhetoric and the entertainment that you want. This is not the entertainment channel. It's not. All right. So we're going to wrap things up how we always do. For those of you out there that's getting the results that you want, keep doing your thing. I'm rooting for you. I got your back. Hold on a second. I got to check something. I got to check one thing real quick, because we didn't even pay attention to the fact that nope, and it didn't even work. That's why. Wow. Hold on, let me see, did it work? It didn't even work. I didn't even check to see if it was going. Oh, it is going. Oh, we are live on IG. I didn't even check the IG. For any of y'all that's on IG, if y'all come over to Picking and Choosing over on YouTube, and you know, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, even in the watch the replay. Come over here, just click the like button real quick. Help me get into the algorithm. I don't know how all of this works yet. You know, I'm trying to build the plane as I fly. You know, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna figure it out, and we're gonna be right. But hey, that's another day, another story for another day. So look, for those of you out there getting the results that you want, I'm rooting for you. I got your back. Keep doing your thing. For those of you out there that's losing, do us all a favor. Keep losing. And I'll holler at y'all.